me, please.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It is week number 7 here in AEL Season 1 Reloaded. My name is Alien, and we've also got Bianca, who fortunately was able to make it on time.
Fortunately, yes.
Fortunately, we almost had the old man himself make an appearance, but we're going to have to hold that present off for just another week as we've got One Up Esports versus Moses and the Disciples starting us off at a little bit of a later time here. It is a Thursday night. Bianca, how are you doing today?
I'm feeling great. I literally just came back from outside. I was enjoying nature and reading a book, and now I'm here to cast. So I'm very excited. How about you, Mr. Alien? How are you feeling on this Thursday evening?
After 3 weeks of just consistently just doing training for work, this is probably like the first time I've actually been able to feel relaxed. And to be able to come back and cast with
Ooh.
you, it just makes it so much better. But
Oh, I'm not sure if I'm gonna
regardless,
be relaxed though.
eh,
I might be an earful.
eh, while it may be a little bit of an earful, you know what is a mouthful? The conferences and the standings leading up to this matchup. As in the assault standing, we've got Wild Aces and Army of Five leading the charge. IJB and Intelligent Esports have unfortunately backed out of the tournament. 774 in Cable Gaming leading the charge over in Strike. Aspire and EC Academy, though, they've still got a chance to, kind of creep their way into those qualifying spots. Special Kanai Academy steamrolling a 9-2 record. Zomblers, though,
Oh, I
with two
love
games in
Kunai.
hand, can definitely catch up. And then, of course, in the elite, Source Gaming, and now going kind of just breezing through their groups. Space Shoops and One Up Academy have pretty much effectively fallen behind and are pretty much done for the season.
Yeah, that's a little bit sad. I think when I was casting AEL last time when we were looking at this, there's a lot of teams that have dropped out, so that's a little bit disheartening. But today we're here to focus on two teams only, at least for right now. One Up and Moses and his disciples. I believe that's the full name. Which oh look, even these ones look Kaizen, Temper. Guys, what's happening with all these teams?
Yeah, and then the match that's coming up today is in the Pathfinder group with Moses and Disciples sitting at a 5-5 record, One Up Esports sitting at 9-1 record. This is I'm not saying this is a do or die moment for Moses and
Damn!
Disciples going into the last week of the season, but a drop game here tonight can pretty much write them off, and their entire destiny is in the hands of Dallas and Coyotes, as well as not Weebs to be dropping points if they were to drop the points against the group leader, One Up Esports.
No, but I think Not Weaves is already I think they're already practically out unless somebody in front of them drops.
Yeah,
So this is literally gonna be Moses's game, right? They're gonna have to win this.
yeah. And another big update is over in the scout group, Frontier sitting at a 13.5 have effectively dropped out of the tournament as well, pretty much giving the pathway for Element Gaming to secure that second place spot and effectively just going to be fighting for first place against Biaka, who, as of right now, sitting at a pretty 20 points. But is who are also playing today as well. Biaku is going to be going up against Moses and the
Good
disciples
for
in the
them.
ninth in the second matchup of the stream. So Moses and disciples, two big games coming up. If they were to come out of here with one win and one loss, or even if that loss comes in through overtime, that can really seal their fate and effectively put the destiny in the hands of those ahead of them, as well as giving Not Weaves the opportunity to overlap them in the last week of the season.
I actually think Byakuya and Moses had no, maybe I'm just a little bit maybe I'm just kind of misremembering, but I most definitely remember casting Byakuya and Moses both on Clubhouse. So this would be interesting to see if they do end up going Clubhouse this map. If you guys know what map it is, if the producers do, I guess we'll find out because I don't know. I love walking in here blind, but I think it would make a lot of sense if they do end up going club. But before we get to the map bans, we can take a look at who we're going to be casting on One Up. We're gonna have Fragged, Emu, not Emo. Sorry guys, it's not Emo yet. It's not Emo. Emu, Snooze, Willie, and Koo. I feel like these names I don't really recognize, at least the last time I casted One Up. But anyways, I digress. Moving on to Moses and the Disciples, we're gonna have Arundel, I hope I said that right, Moses, Gerv, Mod, and Slate.
Yeah, two
Interesting.
rosters with good amount of skill, good amount of players in each one of them. Both sets of players are trying to just move their way up in the T3 and T4 scene, maybe even get into T2 later on in their careers. But I believe the map bans are coming up. We've also got the players ready and anxious to go. Like you mentioned
Ooh,
before, Clubhouse, a map that both of these teams have played against each other in.
I have
Consulate
played it
Skyscraper
before.
Bank, as well as Nighthaven off the board. Oregon,
Oh my
as
god.
well as Cafe is
I
off the
think I hit
board.
it.
Clubhouse
Oh
is
wait, I
off the
did it.
board, so we're not going to be having a
Is it gonna be
repeat.
Chalet?
The border,
Oh my god, it's
it is
Chalet.
Chalet. Chalet is where we're going to be
No.
going to the snowy Alps to decide which of the two teams are going to be coming out of here with a victory. But for Moses and Disciples, they
No.
have got to get the job done here tonight.
I would have loved to have seen Border. I would have absolutely loved to see Border because honestly, I don't think we get enough of Border. I love Border, but whatever. My
Yeah.
personal opinion doesn't matter. It all comes down to it all comes down to the players and what map they decide to play on, whichever map they think best suits them. So with that, let's take a look at the beautiful map itself. Chalet, this beautiful flyover. Look at that snowmobile. You know, if you look at that snowmobile at a very certain angle, it will actually look like a little face. Like from the front. Do you know what I'm talking about? You look at the little snowmobile from yo, that camera through the helicopter was comp.
Yeah, a lot of faces can be made in this map, but one of the first faces, well, at least one of the faces we won't be seeing in this matchup is going to be coming out of Moses and the Disciples. Montaigne off the board, a very strong character, especially after the rework that happened at the beginning of the year, shortly after, or I think believe shortly before SI. Big character, I believe, is a character that One Up Esports are really good to utilize. One Up Esports will make Montaigne as kind of like that entry operator but in the sense of a droning operator. As we go into one up, Ying, not a surprise, very strong character with the candelas, with the smoke grenades, the LMG gun, all around one of the most useful, one of the strongest attacking operators for utility. Good band coming out from One Up Esports.
I mean, yeah, I feel like actually, yeah, okay. I think the Monty band definitely 100%. I think for attack it would as well. I think a Dokkaebi would have probably been better than a Ying. But anyways, the Azami comes off the board. I'm gonna guess Amira. Oh wait, no. I just realized this is Disciples band, so I feel like it would be a little bit weird if they do end up banning Mira. Maybe a Valk might come in.
No,
A
Maestro.
Maestro. What?
Hmm.
I don't
That
think you
is a
see that.
lot of
I don't think
deny.
I've ever
Uh, it's a lot of plant deniability off the board, honestly. Those three Maestro cams, especially late game, if the Maestro's alive, that is a strong operator to be removing. And the fact that the Disciples are starting on the defensive side, a lot of question marks could be made in at least two or even all three sites that are playable. I'm interested to see how the Disciples plan on maneuvering around it.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think Maestro is that big of a deal, at least not anymore. Once his nerf, I think that was I think the only time that I could really
Attackers need
see
to
him being
locate and
extremely
defuse as
useful
many
was
bombs as they
on
can.
Bank. I think banking gets used a lot, at least what I've seen, but, as for, like, this day and age, I can't really
Bomb
say
located by
that I
attackers.
feel like that was a good ban. Then again, maybe that's a targeted ban. Maybe One Up is just the goats of Maestro, and they just decided let's get him off the board so that they can never play him. But that's quite interesting, honestly. And I feel like I would definitely ban Amira over an Azami, at least on Chalet, if I was attacking first. But anyways, we'll see. We'll find out with that. We're
10
going to be
seconds
going
left.
bar and games first.
Yeah, very typical setup coming
5
out
seconds
from the
remaining.
boys of Moses and the disciples. The shield over on Blue Staircase / the library. The Echo
Attackers
drones
are
coming
heading
out to
out to
play,
defuse a
especially with the
bomb.
fact that the Master is gone. The deniability is still viable. But of course, if this character is cleared out early in the round, it effectively makes those drone canisters or those drones non-existent. Arda, though, hopping out, getting the first kill onto Kiwi. That is a strong operator as the Lion is off the board. A very good way for One Up, or at least for Moses and the Disciples to start off this round and this map here in Chalet.
I'm very surprised to see a Thunderbird, I'm not gonna lie. Thunderbird you do not get to see often, and wow, that's extremely I feel like if anything, the dock should be more than enough, but maybe the dock isn't enough. You can never have too many heals. The Thunderbird is gonna be great. At least he's gonna get, Arta back up to full HP, so beautifully done. He ends up getting off the line off the board as well, which is going to be great. And with that, of course, one up is going to be at the disadvantage, but still a lot of time left. Along with that, there's also going to be a blitz who can kind of start to take a little bit of space, start moving into through library, kind of
Ooh.
scare the boys playing top mids a little bit.
Yeah, Flashbang is coming out towards the Jaeger, which is very ironic given the utility he has. But player coming out from lane staircase. First contact coming out from Dokubi as he's holding on. Good kill coming out from forwards. Biggs gets another one. Core with a double kill with Tabaz G. And even though most of the disciples started off on an advantage with an early kill, one up, responding quickly. 3 bodies hit the floor faster than a lot of things hitting the floor, honestly. With 90 seconds to go, Fate takes clear one out, all down to the Thunderbird. 1v3 situation with a minute 20 to go. Plant is going down by the Blitz, and the chase is started as the Thunderbird relocating, repositioning, and re-seeing if they can retake the site now in a post-plant situation.
This is not looking good for the disciples, not gonna lie. And here we go to end out the rounds. Like you said, one up with a disadvantage early on will absolutely take no time to not only equal it out, but to take advantage and get the upper hand right after that was uncalled for and honestly quite unexpected. So kudos to one up for literally being able to flip the tables on their side and just absolutely get right down to business.
Yeah, I definitely do agree. Moses really got a little overzealous. They were peaking unnecessary angles. They were putting themselves in positions to allow the one-up
Defenders,
attackers to
protect
just
your
clear
bombs
out the
from being
site.
defused
I
by
think the
attackers.
Dokkaebi and then whoever pushed in through Library Hall were able to clear out the entire top floor hole. Then you got a player playing over by Bar Hall or by the L Hall, over by Bar and Dining, getting cleared up at the player in the main floor of Fireplace, leaving that Thunderbird in 1v3. A very unwinnable situation, especially with the fact that the plant went down. Thunderbirds are all, all the stations are all already set up. You effectively allowed the attackers to re-up in the HP. Player was holding upstairs, cleaning it out. A very good round, like you mentioned, by one of
10 seconds to
Esports. But for
insertion.
Moses and the disciples, they've really got to control their
Attackers
aim,
have
control
discovered the
that
location of
trigger
the
finger,
bomb.
and really
5
have that
seconds left
discipline
before insertion.
to ensure that when they go up in
Attackers
man,
are moving to
to just
defuse the
allow
bomb.
the attackers to come to them, waste as much time as possible, set up an onion style setup defensively, and just put yourself in a position to succeed.
And hopefully they will do that. I mean, it is only the first round, so maybe they kind of got a little bit adventurous. They had that early pick and they kind of just started playing a little bit dumb. But
Oh,
Mr. Guggs better be careful before he gets hit off too early. He's going back to the lobby. It's getting taken down immediately. That's going to be the mirror off the board. Luckily, though, her utility already gets placed. So although she is down, it's not nearly as bad as having somebody like the dog go down because then his stims are absolutely useless. But regardless, one up is still going to have the one up against the disciples. So still got another vector on the board. We'll see how, but as of right now, one up will have the man advantage.
yeah, with about a minute now down for the count. The Doc now the next line of defense here on the top floor does get droned out, and a lot of good angles being shot towards him. Does eat up a little bit of damage. Dokubi call is coming out to try and clear out this Doc. Unfortunately, does not land. No shots were landed onto him after he fell back. A very good reset coming out from the disciples here on the top floor setup. Buck trying to come in through K9, the Dokubi Dub playing in bar. This could be a very strong position, as well as the Cade. Look at this, trying to trick it, but the Goyo charge is forcing him off the wall, but is able to replace that Cade call with 90 seconds to go into the round.
Seems like a lot of pressure is going to be coming in from K9. Gerb is going to take down Mr. Kiwi Does It. I love that name. And so we're back to a 4v4. K9 pressure seems to subside a little bit. The Thermite is going to get a little bit active, but not too much. As the Gridlock is going to fall back down to the main lobby, Arta's going to take down Varix. And it's a 3v4 now. One up will be at the disadvantage now. Seems like a little reminiscent of last round. The Disciples starting off with the advantage, then end up losing it. And same thing, one up has the advantage this round. And we'll be losing it as of right now, but Fortunately, if Mr. Mahdi isn't careful, he might just
Oof.
catch himself in a bad situation. Flash is going to come out, and that's going to be a minute remaining. Snooze is going to finish him off, and a 3v3 is where we are left at. There is still going to be somebody roaming upstairs, but do they know it is going to be Curve on the castle?
Mm. Orzo does get a kill onto Orange, so it's a 3v2. Now in 1v3 situation once again in favor of 1UP Academy or 1UP Esports. Thermite going for the plant. 35 seconds left to go. Does clear out one player down, but not out. Now there he
Attackers are
goes, Gurb with the
activating
double
bomb
kill onto the
diffuser.
round. Plant is now on the ground, and now 40 seconds is left. Effectively 30-ish seconds to go to try and get the kills and to try and get the defuse off the board. But look at this. The double breach is going to force him to a one-way staircase. Doesn't even matter. Boss G comes out, cleans up the last player, and 1UP Esports getting another round onto Moses and the Disciples.
Damn, one up seems to have the advantage a lot of times. I'm not gonna lie. It seems like it was a little bit rocky after they, ended out with a 3v4, but again, they quickly adapt and overcome whatever disadvantage they are placed at. I have to say I'm a little bit impressed. I know when I was casting one up before they were doing amazing, but wow, this is great. And I love seeing teams that are able to have a disadvantage and are able to overcome that and then end up winning out rounds. It shows that the team has a
Attackers
lot of
need to locate
chemistry.
and defuse as
And
many
maybe I just
bombs as
haven't
they
seen one
can.
up enough times to really make, such a statement like that. But I do see a lot of chemistry, especially with one up. I think all teams to a certain extent, they have to have chemistry. As a team, you got to be
Attackers
able to
have
work
located a
and
bomb.
play off of each other. But I think that one up, the way that they play off of each other in just these 2 rounds has been absolutely spectacular. I don't think I have anything to say about it at all. But at the same time, I recognized a lot of these names on One Up. At least last time when I had seen them, I'm not sure if there's ever been any roster changes or if that's even a thing. But
10 seconds remaining.
these names don't seem familiar to me unless they've changed their names. I can't say too much. So maybe it's just the
5
new
seconds
people
remaining.
that have come in, if it is, that have just absolutely changed the game. But I mean, damn, One Up.
Attackers' objective is to
Absolutely
defuse a
incredible
bomb.
first 2 rounds. We'll see if the disciples are going to be able to turn the tides as we come into round 3.
Yeah, one thing I do want to point out is the fact that Gux is playing the Caviar, an operator that you don't really see very often. Sophia is going to be in danger of an interrogation if she doesn't play it correctly. It's going through the solar repel. Caviar, though, opting to fall off and really the main goal, I think, for Caviar is to waste as much time as possible. And if they're able to get an interrogation, that'll only do nothing but great things for Moses and the disciples, though. But 30 seconds into the round, not much movement coming out from either side. But as I say that, Snooze is
Speaks
going
too
bye-bye,
soon.
taking a quick nap here early in the third round as a C4 landing beautifully. A double kill, though, onto the round for the Disciples as Vartex cleared off the board as well as the Caviera is getting that kill.
Beautifully done. The disciples will have the advantage, but I mean, we've seen it before. One Up does end up having a disadvantage, but are easily able to come back from it. Getting hit from Vert, though, Mr. Koo's got to be careful. Kiwi is going to take down Guz. That's the Caviata off the board. That's a huge kill, especially for one of the roamers. But do they know that Gerv is going to be on top of Mez? He did make a little bit of a
Oh, wait a minute.
sound cue, and coming up these
Oh,
blue stairs, you
no.
better be careful. Kors is going to take down Mahdi, and the advantage the disciples have quickly fade out as the score is now equaled out to a 3v3, but Gerv still top. Nez is going to get a little bit over aggressive. The trigger finger might have just done him a little bit dirty as he misses a couple of those shots because, of course, the person didn't end up walking up fast enough. Kiwi is going to take down Gerv. That's going to be a little bit of punishment. And this Boss G is coming in hot, taking down top main. It is going to be a 2v1 now. Unfortunately, Arndale is all alone in a split by site. Just about a minute remaining. It's going to be Kiwi and the Boss G against a beautiful MP5. We'll see how well Mr. Arndale can take him down. It's going to be a lot of shots and a lot of reload. And unfortunately, he won't be able to take him down at all. And one up again. Disadvantage at first will end up easily coming back from it and overtaking what they once lost. This is chemistry like I've never seen before.
I definitely do agree. And I may be sounding might be a little early for me to say this, but is it time to start bringing out the brooms for 1UP Esports?
The
This is
brooms,
it.
what does that mean?
Yeah.
The brooms.
Well, what do you utilize a broom for?
Don't tell me they're gonna get
Attackers
sweep.
need to locate and defuse
There
as many
is a
bombs as they can.
possibility. Now, I'm not saying that Muslim disciples cannot come back from a 3 round deficit. It is Chalet. It is a very attacking favored map. Now, I'm not saying it's completely attacking favored where you should be getting 5-1 or 2, but a 3-3 split is expected for most teams playing defensively in this map. Of course, though, One Up Esports has been playing significantly better across these first 3 rounds. The Muslim Disciples, like you mentioned, they get the early kill. They get these early aggressive picks that put them in a position to succeed, to win
10
rounds.
seconds remaining.
But then at that point, they start over peaking. They start,
5 seconds left.
utilizing the space that they're holding a little bit too long. They're not giving up the space. They're not even watching each other's
Locate
backs.
and defuse the
That
bomb.
Doku was able to hop in through that window, go up through blue stairs, and the Valkyrie didn't peek until the Doku has already cleaned out that Legion at the top of library stairs. Muslim disciples, for at least for me, they feel disconnected defensively, and that's not something you really hear from a defensive setup. Usually, there's a lot of cohesion, there's a lot of teamwork involved holding defensive strongholds. But as of right now, One Up Esports are looking like the better team. And as I say that, a Capcan trap goes off, and there goes Dokkaebi. The bane of the existence of the Boss G is finally gone.
Oh my god, the 0-8 streak he had, now he's 8-1. It's gonna be to the Capcan, the mystery sixth player, but score is gonna be equaled out as a couple kills come out from either side, making it a 3v3 that is gonna be the Zafia and the Dokkaebi off the board. But along with that, it is gonna be the Vigil and the Bandit. What I'm interested in is the fact that the Disciples have ended up going down kitchen and I've opted to not bring a Mira. Now I know maybe Mira isn't, utilized in every single strat, but I feel like a map like Chalet, Mira is usable on every single site, every single round. But maybe, that's of course, very common. Of course, you don't have to have a Mira, but I think for a kitchen setup, like I wouldn't expect a Mira upstairs, but I definitely would expect a Mira in the kitchen. But then again, maybe this Capcan was, a better play than the Mira, considering that it did end up getting a kill with the Capcan traps regardless. Who was going to take down Gerv? And another one to get taken down with them. That's going to be a 3v1. Now, the Disciples, again, put on the back foot. And, damn, this last supper might come a little bit
Attackers are
early.
defusing
It's
the
not
bomb.
even, it doesn't even seem like it's close. Like you said, the cohesion with One Up is unmatched. And I got to say, I don't think I've ever seen a team play this, this well before. At least not on PC, that's for sure. These people are absolutely coordinated and absolutely know what they're doing. But as bomb goes down, Gridlock is going to get hit. But is she going to get hit hard enough to get her down? No. She's still going to be alive. 3v1, 30 seconds. And I'm not going to lie, Arndale, I don't have a lot of hope.
No, and as
With
you say,
it,
that's news.
snooze. Snoozes them out.
It's time to go night night. Unfortunately, Moses and Disciples 0-4 after 4 rounds. They've gone up kitchen twice. They've gone to barn gaming twice. Now a third time. Possibility of a third time's a charm for both of these teams, but a timeout is called out for Moses and Disciples to really come together. Like like I mentioned before, the final dinner might, or the final supper might be coming real soon here for the Disciples, as this is one of the big games that they want to win. It is an inner group matchup. You're playing against, of course, the best team of your group, a team that, for the most part of the season, have looked flawless. And
What
right
was their
there,
run again? Was it 9-1 or something? What was it?
yeah, 9-1, 9-1. They
This
9-1
this
or
is why
nine and
they're on
two at
top.
most. Yeah, I definitely agree. And I mean, the Disciples really have got to snap in. They really got. I feel like they still haven't even load up the
They
game
gotta
at
get
this point.
logged.
It feels like I'm watching, One Up Academy, One Up Esports doing a warm up in T Hunt from 3 seasons ago.
This is bot lobbies, man. This is like Fortnite bot lobbies. And I hate to say this, but straight up, they literally logged into a T Hunt. One Up literally booted up their PCs to play Terrorist Hunt. And I say that with as much respect as I possibly can, but I mean, there is
Attackers need to
absolutely no
locate and
stopping the reign of
defuse
terror from them.
bombs.
Maybe it's just the attacking side on Chalet, but this is getting a little bit brutal.
Bomb located by attackers.
We might have to put a content warning on this VOD when we load it up on YouTube. Which, by the way, if you haven't followed us yet
Oh
on
my god.
YouTube, head on over to YouTube to AEL Network, where you can catch all the VODs as well as all the Meet the Casters videos, which I believe we've actually got one dropping tonight, if not early tomorrow morning.
Ooh,
Oh,
Who's
it's
this
actually
dropping? Who dropped tonight?
who dropped. What do we do?
10
Oh,
Alios.
Ali.
seconds to go.
His Meet the Caster
What is
video where
this
you get to
comp?
5
understand.
seconds remaining.
Hmm?
Oh my god, did you see that little like drone like get a little bit compy trying to
Attackers are
cleim the
heading out
ladder?
to defuse a bomb.
That was
A
some
little bit,
tech.
a little bit of a jump quest going on for One Up Esports. They're trying to make it as interesting and as difficult as they possibly can going into this 5th round. Most of the disciples, I'm really hoping that this timeout that they called does work in their favor, especially with the fact that they ain't got much time left, especially if they want to make that push to the playoff spots in their group.
This isn't even looking like it's a setup to be Brazil's. This might just be, like you said, the broom. The straight broom, and I feel bad. But I hope that this, like you said, this pause does kind of do them a little bit nice so they're able to regroup and kind of understand because it just doesn't seem like they're able to adapt to one up at all. However, be careful for what's about to happen, and a solar on this window. The Zafia probably has an idea or at least a little bit of a suspicion that somebody might be by the bathroom door, and those bullets will definitely let them know, not only that, but a drone. Let him know
Oh,
exactly where he's at. He's gonna get caught in a bad spot. Varix is gonna take down Maji. It's already a 5v4 for the boys on one up, but it's only a minute into the round.
yeah, very great utilization of the Zofia concussion grenades, as well as the Dokubi call flashbang grenades coming out from the K9 window. Dokubi almost landing another shot on to who I believe is the Mira playing library. The extension onto Solar is non-existent as Stu getting another kill for the round. 90 seconds to go, and Mosin Disciples, well, it seems to say that the Red Sea is not being split tonight. Arda, though, does getting another kill, leaving it to a 3v4 situation with 90 seconds to go. Still a lot of time, still a lot of opportunity for the Disciples to win it out, but the amount of utility being thrown to library stairs to force them out has been successful for the most part. But, well then,
He just tried to
Gridlock canister did not hit, unfortunately.
Yeah, it seems like they were trying to flush out whoever was on blue stairs, and it might have just been successful. A bunch of utility coming out. There's gonna be somebody just outside that K9 window as well, holding what seems like a cheeky look across. Zafia better be careful unless she wants to get put in a bad spot. Jam! Archa, beautifully done, will take down Mr. Kiwi. Does it, but will he get taken out in the process as well? Hit a little bit of a wall bang, but of course, Mr. Vargas is also going to get tagged a little bit. We are approaching 40 seconds, and the 3v2 comes out. Snooze puts another person to bed, but gets put to bed. And it's a 1v2 now. The Disciples finally do have the man advantage, but Varix, 6-2, he's doing great this game. The R4C is an absolutely beautiful gun. Can he make it top? Can he make it do all the work? Coming up from the bottom of those main stairs, he is going to be swinging out Fireplace. I'm sure he knows that he's going to be top. Taking down one. Gerb falls to the hands of the R4C, but Gugs to clean up the round. Beautifully so. That pause was well needed, and rightfully so. They did it, as they will finally give themselves a round for one.
It is safe to say that the body bag still has some life in it. Fat Lady was attempting to be saying by the R4C, like you mentioned, a beautiful shot coming out from the player onto the guy who was coming up. I believe that was the main staircase from the basement side, but the vector. I can't even speak right now. English is my first language. Arda knows what to do. Mute him. Mute the caster. It's done. It's done. GG's.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
I don't know what's
Wait, what? I didn't even, honestly, I straight up just spaced out. All I heard was he did not. And that's it. Whatever that was. Sometimes I'm like in and out of space a little bit. You can't really blame me too much. But anyways, that was, I believe, the bar set up as well. The bar and games that they finally won. It was their first round. So maybe bar and games is a lucky charm. Unfortunately, you can't go both sides twice in a row. So they're going to be forced to go kitchen, which, I mean, every other site has been horrible for them. So hopefully they can win it out. The first pick Arndale is going to take down. Oh my God, okay. Let's make it 2 kills. Not only Snooze, but Kiwi to get taken down. That's the Gridlock and the Zafia off the board. But with that, so am I. Taking down a little bit of a trade going out. And a 3v4 still going up on the back foot, but they better be careful. Mira to get DBNO'd, and y'all cannot just let Jokovic walk in there. Who is Coors? And how did he just walk through West Bay?
I'm not entirely sure, but within 30 seconds, 4 bodies hit the floor. Site is now controlled by the Dokkaebi. Hatches coming out. Flashbang is being utilized to try and make the Dokkaebi out. But a beautiful kill onto one, but gets completely instant out. 60 seconds into the round, now a 2v2 situation. Shock's coming out from the R4C of Ash over by West Main. Does nick up a little bit on Castle's HP, but doesn't really matter in terms of HP. The defenders have got it. In terms of positioning, I believe the defenders got it. But something I wanted to make a question about is the fact that they placed a mirror on the exterior wall of dining.
Oh my god!
Questions.
Literally, I'm just thinking the same thing. Y'all really just put a mirror. Oh my god! No way! It was a baited mirror. That was so calculated. They put it knowing that the attackers would play the mirror. I'll tell you that right now. They didn't do that for no other reason other than the fact that they knew the attackers were gonna take the bait. It was like a cat being attracted to fish, a moth to a flame, an attacker to a mirror. And with that, they will also get the advantage with that mirror. They will be able to play it themselves. And with that, the Ash is going to be put in a very hard and tough situation. They're either going to have to cross by this mirror or take it out. However, they are Ash. They will be able to crack it, luckily. And so with that, Barks, in a 1v2, a minute remaining. Main. That mirror still watching him like a hawk. He is going to try and contest it as the other person is going to be in kitchen, but will they peek their head out to the side? Sees it a tad bit. Are you going to peek? Are you going to poke the bear? Instead, he might just swing out for whoever's in kitchen. Right behind the bomb chassis. DBNO's one! You can't make it up! You cannot make it up! Oh my is right. The chat speaks for itself. Jesus. Take the wheel. Lead the disciples because Moses can't. This is 5-1 after split, and that 2v1 1-up should not have won that. No words, Alien?
I'm trying to stay calm. Nah, fuck that. It's a 2v1. You have the position. You have the time. The Ash is at 12 HP with 30 seconds left.
Yo, you just made Alien crash out. Disciples, bro. Moses and the disciples just had Alien crash out. I had never seen Alien crash out like this. This is wicked.
I can't believe that. I can't believe it. Like, kudos to Varix. He's a great player. He's a great player. 10, 3, and 5 his stats after like 6 rounds. But it's a 1v2 situation. You've got the Ash in a box.
10 seconds left.
All you have to do is wait it out. Play together. Communicate. Close in on the Ash. The player that was playing on the mirror on main should have creeped his way through the little kitchen, the little dining hall into dining. Close the gap. Close the amount of space that there is between you and your teammate and the Ash. Close the space. That's all you had to do. I don't even know why I'm still going on. The round's already started and the spawn peak's already coming out from the dock. No shots have landed. Ivana playing a very risky game early on, but the dock clean it up. But Oryx does get a kill onto Mod, so it's a 1-for-1 trade. In terms of utility, though, I believe 1-up got the short end of the stick.
Seems like the case. I mean, both healers are kind of downs, but it is true Dog is definitely the better of the two for healing. Artsa's going to take down Varix, who was the man of the round. I gotta say, he might just be the man of the match because that was absolutely nutty. That was beautifully done. But anyways, last round is last round. This round is this round. The Disciples will have the advantage, and not just by one man, but make it to a 2v4 with 2 minutes remaining in the round. A minute has gone by. 4 people are down, but watch out for the West main stairs swing. Kiwi easy does it onto Arta, and it's a 2v3. 1-up, absolutely notorious for being able to come back from the deficits that they end up having, able to jump back into the action and end up taking the lead. So I wouldn't be surprised if they close this out. A 1v3 though, never mind. Gugs, let Snooze know that it's his time to take his tonin and sleep, but blue stairs, a C4 to get blown isn't going to connect to anything. They do know he's going to be over here now in the MPX, will do you no service, will do you no justice. Kiwi to get taken down by Gugs, and Moses and his disciples are still in it.
Is Chalet just an attacker map at this point? Let's be realistic with each other. All right, let's have a one-on-one. We're gonna have a quick
Honestly,
impromptu. We're gonna have an impromptu. What's that word? Um,
I don't even know what impromptu means.
Attackers need to locate and defuse
all of a
the
sudden,
bomb.
very unplanned.
Oh,
No,
Epiphany? Is that you guys?
a podcast. We're
Epiphany
gonna
would
have an
be cool
impromptu
because it
podcast right now in these 30 seconds.
a little chit chat.
A little chatter.
Attackers have discovered the
Little,
location of a bomb.
A chin wag. All right, get him out. Who just said that? Because I'm actually firing you. Anyways, I'm just kidding. I
You're
love
gonna
you,
have the
unnamed
facilities to
gamer.
do that, my friend.
Oh yeah, it ain't up to me. Oh
You want to to
man,
us though? Critiquing the
I
fact that
do think. Oh, continue.
Attackers are moving to
critiquing the
bomb.
fact that nobody seems to know how to
Attackers dropped
defend.
the diffuser. Attackers have
I mean,
recovered
it
the
is
diffuser.
Chalet. Attackers have got a lot of utility. I don't think any of these teams defensively have coordinated themselves correctly. They've not really been playing together as a team.
Okay, but
They're not setting
wait,
each other up for refracts. It's just, hey, who can
Alien,
shoot better?
Alien, hold on right now. That was only one round of defense from one up. You have to cut them a little bit of slack. I think that they're also a little overconfident because they're up 5-2 with that Arndale takedown snooze. But I think it's a little bit too early to say that one up defense is a little bit shambolic.
Oh, C4.
Oh my god.
C4.
I'm saying Arndale, guys. Producers have said nail, but
Well, I mean, at least he got the C4 kill. And another refract coming out from the boys of One Up, a 3v3 situation with about a minute already burnt out. Valkyrie running around cluelessly, but an impact grenade cleans up Gubs. There goes the fuse. Arda, though, getting another kill onto Kiwi. It's a 2v2, minute 40 left into the round. And it seems like everybody's just peeking each other. Ash down, but not out for the moment. Does get cleaned up, though. It's a 1v2 situation. Gets into the refract by the IQ. And it seems like I'm going to be rapping like Eminem. Minute 90 seconds left to go. A 1v1 situation. Shotgun is available for the mute, but the IQ is above. Points at the Valkyrie. Does know that the mute is going to be holding from below. So if IQ has some brain cells, which I hope she does, she is playing competitive, is going to be opting for a master bedroom plant, especially on the king size bed. Plant going down. Mute does have the hatch. Does he have a C4? Yes. Launches a C4. Does not land. It sticks on the hatch. Unfortunate for the British man. Much like unnamed gamer watching it. Beautiful work that he's doing as an observer. But 55 seconds left to go. The German going for the plant once more. C4 is not available, but no comms is also available for the shotgun to come from below. So a solar retake is going to be coming into the fruition for this mute. Hopped off the camp. Nope, does not. Gets the plant down. 40 seconds left. Shotgun coming out, ringing, trying to bait out this IQ to peek one way so he can shoot the other, but doesn't even matter. Arda cleaning it up, and Moses and disciples, they look alive. They look well. They look like they're trying to go through the wraths and the deserts of Egypt. Are they going to make it home? Only time will tell. Catch us next time on Dragon Ball Z.
well, I will say I'm happy that this wasn't a sweep. I'm happy this wasn't a Brazil. 5-3, one up. Have only given up 2 rounds though, and it's their 2 first defensive rounds. They're gonna be going Bahrain Gaming now, so we'll see how this pans out. But it seems like last round was also extremely close. So at the very least, they aren't full
Attackers need
sweep
to locate and defuse
rounds.
the bomb.
One up seem to know what they're doing, but it just seems like maybe, the attack is their strong suit. Which, Disciples also seems like their attacking is their strong suit. But then again, last round was a 1v1. So they did end up falling, but they did end up getting the victory royale. So we'll see if this round will bear them any more fruit than the 2 previous ones have as well. I'm happy to see that there's a Capitan, but what I'm surprised about is no dog. Usually a
10 seconds
dock gets
left.
played, tucks in that corner of library so that they can use
5 seconds
the
left.
Capitan Flames, but seems like that's out of the question, out of the order. They're not going to be
Attackers are
doing that
moving
at
out to
all.
locate a bomb
So
and
with
defuse
that,
it.
I'm not sure how strong the Capitan will be in the late game if they do end up trying to block off certain areas that the defenders will be hiding in. But we will see as the round begins. Let the show begin.
Yeah. The stage is set. The lights are shining onto the players once more as the first 20-second mark has finally been hit for this round. Like you mentioned, though, Doc being by herself, Twitch is also being made an appearance in favor of the R4C of Ash. Another operator who was selected was Blackbeard, a character you don't see and probably has about the same pick rate as Caviera. I'm interested to see how the Disciples plan to utilize him, but we won't be able to see this round as gets a clean kill coming from Vertex, but does get into the refight by Arda once more. A phenomenal player going a whopping 14-7. Snooze, though, putting Arx and Dale to bed. Snooze with a double kill onto the round. Arda off the board. Gov, though, does finally neutralize the sleeping giant, but the Bashi rings out, gets the kill onto the Capital. It is all down to the French woman, the French lady, Madam Twitch, in a 1v2 situation. Minute 50 left into the round. The swing coming out. The pinks is also being landed, but can she land a shot? Unfortunately, as of right now, she doesn't land much of a shot, but does get a bit of an elbow onto the Vigil. A minute 30 left to go into the round. A 1v3 situation. Still plausible, but it is improbable for the attackers.
We'll see. I mean, hey, look, Gerv ain't doing too bad, but again, you know, they are going to be at the disadvantage. And it doesn't seem like they ever really come back from disadvantages, not the same way that one up. Well, he is going to get swung out. Not only is there going to be somebody on blue stairs, but there is going to be somebody on his top mez as well. The smoke is going to come out. It's going to flush him away from that entrance. It's going to be pre-fired. It's going to take down Mr. Corbs. Has been doing amazing this game. A 1v2 with a minute remaining. There is a lot of time for Mr. Gerv to get to work, to get to doing what he needs to do. Not only that, but he does have a Twitch drone in his pocket. Are you kidding me? Did you just miss drone? I'm not sure if he just missed drone whoever was on the top of those blue stairs. He did end up getting the hop up. It is going to be the smoke. We'll see. The mirror is going to be sitting pretty in sight. Drone is going to let them know exactly where this mirror, or not where the mirror is, where the Twitch is, but getting hit from the blue stairs. I guess it was a miss drone because no way you would walk on that canine without checking the blue if you did drone that out properly. And so the boys on one up. We'll have the one up on Disciples as we will be bringing them, or they will be bringing the Disciples to match point.
Yeah. Round number 10 is in the docket right now. Master bedroom offices where one up is possibly going to be cementing effectively the season for the Disciples. The control that they have with the two games that they had an advantage over the rest of the teams is quickly fading away. Now, of course, there's still a lot of Siege to be played. Most of the Disciples have 3 rounds where they've got to effectively play perfect Siege. And on a map like Chalet, with you being on the attack, it is definitely possible to do. One Up Esports, though, has been playing lights out. They've got 2 players in double digits. Their supporting cast is showing up as well, making big plays when the time calls for them to do so. Most Disciples, though, really struggling. Mod 1-9. Arx and Dale 3-8. Not a good showcasing for these players of Muslim Disciples, though. Only Arda at double digits at 14-8. Gerv, though, 9-8. So in this round alone, he could get that 10th kill, make it double digits for himself. But in terms of personal accolade, you can have all the kills you want. It just comes down to, will you come out with a victory? And for Muslim Disciples' case, especially for their season, they really want to put themselves in as best of a position as possible. But only time will tell, especially with the fact that they've got a second matchup coming up right after this one. But the focus still here in Chalet.
Hopefully, at least this, game can be a little bit of a warm-up for them if they do end up kind of falling short. Since, like you said, we will be seeing them next game as well. It would be nice to see them, come back and play a little bit more together, a little bit more cohesively, at least next game. This game, I don't want to say it's been horrible. Their 2 attacking rounds were great, but there is a lot to improve. And with that, Arta to take down not only 1, but 2. Snooze and Chorus, 2 of the most contributing operators on one up, aside from Varix. Sorry, but Snooze has been absolutely amazing getting picks, especially when they're needed. Kudo will take down Gugs But Arta with a three-piece, the Disciples, like you said, are looking alive and looking well. They're not sick in the face. That was, I believe, a four-piece for Arta. Beautifully done. And a great way to respond back from that last round. They're out, or they're not out yet, sorry. I said they're downed, but not out. They're a couple rounds behind, but in reality, 6-4 is not impossible.
No, it's
And
not. It's not
considering
possible.
that they were at 5-1, I would say that this is absolutely this is definitely this has the potential to bring us to OT.
I definitely do agree with you, Bianca. I think Muslim disciples, they still have life, like you mentioned. They still have that fight in them.
Attackers need to
And when I say
locate
they, I
and
mean Arda.
defuse bombs.
I'm just gonna be completely on. Arda took
18 and
control
8,
of that
give
round.
this man an award, the MVP award.
Yeah,
Cause oh
MVP
my
Attackers
god.
have
award.
located a bomb.
Vote him in for the All Star game that's coming up during the playoffs. I think he's definitely a front runner when it comes to just as a player in general. He's been one of the best players that's been playing throughout the season, and not just for Moses and Disciples, but I believe statistically speaking, I think he's one of the best entry fraggers in the league as of right now. I think Chu is another big name from AO5.
10
You've
seconds
got,
to
of
go.
course, Vartex and
I
Cores
love
over
you.
here as well, performing really well tonight. I think
5 seconds
Varix,
left
though,
before
has had a
insertion.
more consistent season over Cores, but regardless, phenomenal
Attackers'
players
objective
from
is to
both
defuse
sides.
the bomb.
Gerv and Arda, in the contrast of Cores and Varix, but you need more. And I think as of right now, one of Esports and their other three players that they have in the roster has been providing a little bit more support to their two entries. In the contrary, Muslim Disciples, the other three players that they have on board, a combined kill count of
19.
9 kills.
19. Oh my god, no. The Disciples, the four other operators in total, the four other players have 19 kills in total. Arta
All right.
almost out fragging the rest of his team single-handedly. And why would you walk through that scene that holds? Oh my god! 4v4.
Arda is
But
trying to
anyways,
equalize the entire team kill count, by the way.
yeah, but now he's downed. And I'm not gonna lie. If I don't see my D do something, I'm gonna crash out. I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna crash out.
Yeah, a 20 kill game is possible if Muslim Disciples are able to win this round. A minute is off the count. Drone does spot out one player, the castle over by by bathroom. The swing is coming out, and Ash slamming the castle, setting him for an early retirement. Minute 40 into the round, Muslim Disciples in a man advantage of a 4v3 situation. Now, of course, the site is over by Kitchen. Ash peeking, but does get cleaned out by Ku. But a refract coming out from the fuse, or I'm sorry, the blitz. A 2v3 situation still in favor of Muslim Disciples. Melissi as well as Kai, two phenomenal characters you want to have in this late round, but the blitz is definitely going to be a nuisance, especially when it comes to execution. Thermite still holding up above with the Ash. The decisions are going to have to be made as we're now entering in the last 70 seconds of the round. But look at this. The K claws are still active on the kitchen, on the dining wall. This could be a hindrance to the execution possibilities of Muslim Disciples. Litz is going to have to make a big play from the opposite end if Moses were to have an opportunity, though. Ooh, look at this. The dining hall thermite breach does go off, does open up one side of the breach, does still leave the Kai Claw active. So walking through will cause some damage. Ash, though, playing from the hatch. Blitz coming out from below, but the Kaid sticking alive does melee the Blitz once, but Grr saving it once. And then a trade in dining seals the deal. 12 rounds is what we're going to be going to. Moses and the Disciples fighting for their chance, for survivability, for a possibility for a second place spot. One up, though, have a chance to end that dream here tonight.
Okay, seems like Gugs is crashing out in chat. I just seen this guy type out. Oh, I told you to mute. So that's what we were talking about. That's what we were talking about muting. Gug's absolutely going crazy talking about you're not Flash. But anyways, who cares about who's Flash or not? Y'all won the
Defenders,
round.
protect your bombs from
And with that, y'all might just take us to OT. Is the attacking on Chalet this intense, this favored?
Attackers
Because
have
I
located
mean,
a bomb.
the Disciples at the beginning of this game, I mean, there was no comparing them to what they are right now. Disciples still have a long way to go, and One Up still, in terms of just, I guess, chemistry, tech. I can't even say tech. Tech is so weird to say.
10 seconds left
Chemistry
before
and just the
insertion.
way that they play, their overall, game sense,
5
their
seconds left
movement.
before insertion.
It still seems to have the upper hand. Just the
Attackers
just the
objective is
slight
to defuse a
edge
bomb.
over the boys on Moses and the Disciples, but yet they're still able to bring it to 5-6. They're still able. They might as well just bring us to OT. Give me exactly what I'm looking for, which is insane. And I'm not sure if maybe this is just the Arta effect, but with that, 20 kills is very much possible. And I want to see it absolutely beautifully done, and I hope it does end up happening. But as the round begins, we'll see. No kills have come out just yet, and not many interactions. Not like the spawn peak as we've been seeing, throughout this game. So we'll see how far that takes us.
Yeah, I think going into the 12th round, One Up Esports are really, I think, trying to slow the game down. I think the Disciples are respecting that slow tempo. They were anticipating a very aggressive start, but with it being a very close game that it has become, from a 5-1 deficit to now a 6-5 to a possibility of forcing OT, I think One Up Esports are respecting their opponents, which is a good call. Arda, though, breaking the 20 kill count for the match, getting the entry kill onto Q, and he's just sneaking his way through kitchen hall, the dining hall, getting another double kill for the round. There goes the Frost. Got a big injury coming out from the Ash. Glass, though, 1 HP in the Dream. Can he do it? Kiwi cleaned out. Cores, though, getting a refrag, a 2v4. Definitely a possibility. A 1v4 now as Gurv cleaning it out. Snooze, though, finally getting Arctic a double kill onto the round. Night goes to those two players. It's all down to him, but goes winning it out for Moses and the Disciples. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we're guaranteed at least another 2 rounds. Overtime is in the docket.
Bless up. Jesus doesn't need to take the wheel. It seems like Moses is doing just fine. And bless ups because we're going OT. One Up is going to be on the attack. Most of the Disciples will be on the defense, which, I mean, if this pans out, realistically, One Up should win. Because they were absolutely electric on attack, and absolutely nothing was stopping them. And on the flip side,
Attackers
most
need
of
to
the
locate
Disciples
and
were
defuse
lackluster
bombs
on the
if they
defense and doing absolutely nothing. So we will see if this round they got one. Kylo, come on, Kylo.
I mean, both teams only got 1 round on
can.
defense.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Exactly.
I think
Exactly.
the
So
main, I think
realistically,
the main thing, the main difference, I think is something I do want to point out, is that between both teams' defensive setups or defensive halves, Moses and Disciples were in positions to win more defensive rounds than One Up Esports.
okay,
You had multiple
10 seconds.
Yeah.
multiple 1v situations
5 seconds left
went in
before
favor of
insertion.
One Up. Moses Disciples, I think, only had 1 round where,
Attackers objective
well,
is
no,
to
two,
defuse a bomb.
2, maybe 3 rounds at best, where it was a 1vx situation. No, actually, yeah, no. There was only 1 round where Moses and Disciples were in a 1v1 situation. Every round that they won outside of that was an effective 3, 4vx, maybe even a 2v1 situation up against One Up Academy or One Up Esports' defensive setup. So I think defensively speaking, One Up or the Moses Disciples had the upward advantage. And as I say that, Varks, entry kill into Gubs. There goes the Mira. There goes the C4. It's like they want me to eat my words sometimes.
I will also say, I believe the only defensive round that most of the Disciples won was in Barn Gaming.
Yes.
So I'm concerned why they ended up going the kitchen instead of the site that they ended up rightfully winning. But with that, Arndale's going to take down Course. And we're back to a 4v4, which is about 2 minutes on the round remaining. So at this point in time, it seems a little bit hard who we can say might be leading.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I think with that kill onto Cores, the Boss G off the hands or off the ground, and to be fair, it's been a gun that has been a very torment for Moses and Disciples. Barracks and Mod getting a 1-for-1 kill. So the 2 top fragging players for One Up Esports is off the board. Arda still active, 21-10. Irv finally making an appearance in the double digits, 13-9. for him here tonight as we're now entering the last 90 seconds of the round. Still very even. Everybody full HP, but in terms of technical numerical HP count, One Up has the advantage with two players at 125, while most Disciples do have the Doc with two stem pistols. So the possibility is still there for Muslim Disciples. And as time ticks down, One Up look like they've hit a brick wall. They look like they have no feasible entry point for this defensive setup. Only time will tell if they're able to crack it down, break it down, but it's not looking good right now.
I'm surprised that they wouldn't bring an Ash or something. I mean, I guess
Oh.
Azophius kind of does that job, but with that, Gerv is going to take down Kiwi, and this is looking intense. Muslim Disciples finally have the man advantage. Will One Up be able to come back from this as they have before in previous rounds? With that, though, Gerv with a two-piece, and I know Gerv's got a big smile on his face because I would too. The absolute tyranny that One Up had on the Disciples when they were attacking for the first half of the game was absolutely ridiculous. Now, though, to see them on the back foot, not only that, but at a complete disadvantage, 10 seconds remaining in the round, it's a 1v3, make it a 1v2, but how long will that last? Not long at all. We got One Up Esports that have just sold the 5-1 split. This is something you cannot make up. Oh my God. One Up on the defense now have absolutely no choice but to win this out. They do not have the luxury of losing this round. The Disciples can lose it, that's fine. But if they win it, I don't even know. Because I'm going to be honest. It's a lot harder to say that you lost a 5-1 lead than to say that you sold a 6-7 lead.
Yeah, no, I
And you're
definitely
coming
agree.
back from 1-5.
Yeah. I think ever since that timeout, One Up Esports have only won one round. Since the timeout that was called back in round number 5? No, 4. No, they One Up has only won 2 rounds
It
since
was
round number
3-0,
4.
I think, when they did it. I think it was 3-0 when they did it.
Was it?
I think it
Because
was
I know what
3-0 or 4-0 when they called.
I believe it was after the 4th round that they called the timeout.
Yes, it was either 3-0 or 4-0 that they ended up calling that timeout. I think it was 3-0, and then they called it. And then they won that next round.
Regardless, we're looking at maybe 2 to 3 rounds since the timeout that was called. Truth be told, I am impressed in the fact that One Up has not utilized their timeout. You're down 6-7. This is match point. Now, of course, with the position that One Up currently has in the group standings, they're in a very comfortable position. Arda, though, getting cleaned out, so that could possibly end his night if Moses end up winning this round out and winning the match out. 21-11, a phenomenal showing coming out, and a great pick for the boys of One Up Esports. Line call does come out as well. 30 seconds into the round, and I've got to say, phenomenal work coming out from One Up. They want to ensure that they force a 15th round. But for Moses, they really got to start slowing things down. I know you're on the attack. I know you're technically on the back foot with that early pick. But with the amount of work, with the amount of energy that's already been utilized in this one map. Now remember, ladies and gentlemen, they've got a second map coming right after this. This is not looking good for Moses and Disciples with the amount of effort they're having to put in. Dubs, though, getting another kill, 4v4, 60 seconds in. I'm a little concerned for the boys of Moses, but they still got a fighting chance.
I mean, we've seen them win out the round without their top frag Archa, so it is very doable. And with that, of course, that equalizing pick comes out, it will be a 4v4. So in reality, all hope is not lost just yet. But then again, if you're One Up, you want to stay at the advantage as much as you possibly can for as long as you possibly can, preferably the entire round. That's going to be the Boss G to the face. Arundel gets taken down, but a quick refrag will come out right after, and you might just make it to Mod D. Getting in there, a 2v3 now. One Up is going to be at the disadvantage, and I mean, damn. Back to a 2v2. Crew will take down Curve. The Lion and the Thermite left. They do have the diffuser in hand. They can try and go for a cheeky plant behind default by that half wall. If they do so, please, not only that, but Valk no longer has her C4. The plant might be possible, and it might just be underway, but never mind. Kiwi will take him down. And with that,
Attackers
Guggs is
recovered the
left in a
diffuser.
1v2 situation. We've seen some 1v2s come out, some beautiful ones at that. Shout out to Mr. Varix. But will this be just as beautiful? Will it be just as successful? Here's the GM. Going to be on the left somewhere. Walking in through that rotate. I think he just heard him. Close on it. Takes down one. Oh, Guggs, don't do it to him. Baby, do not do it to him. He hears the runaround, and he's actually going to completely give up the site. Going to be for the taking. Wait, he does have the C4. I was completely, oh my God. I was completely fooled. I thought that he didn't have the C4 in hand. I thought I saw an X on it. No way. No way.
He does it.
That's why he gave up sight. That's why he gave up sight.
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, after 14 rounds, we are now down to a best of one. This is it for all the marbles. And Wine Cellar Snowmobile, a site that's not seen the light of day this entire matchup. We've seen bar and gaming more than a handful of time. Kitchen and dining, we've seen the top floor site, but snowmobile and garage, or snowmobile and bar, snowmobile and wine cellar, is a site that, in recent times, is about as favorable as the Cowboys.
CC and Cash. Oh,
CC and
I thought you
Cash
were making an
and-
R6 reference.
Yeah, no, it is as favorable as CC and Cash and Clubhouse. It's as favorable as going to bar and gaming in Clubhouse. Pretty much, it's about as favorable as the Houston Texans
10
for the last 10
seconds
years.
What? Oh my God, look at the bandits on that
5 seconds to
hatch.
insertion.
God, the witch roller.
Attackers are moving out to
Dude, look
locate
at
a
that.
bomb and
Oh, I
defuse
wish
it.
you could see it. There's literally 4 bandit charges on a single hatch. They're trolling a bit. They're
I really
feeling
hope
silly.
not.
Jump
Oh.
out, Arendelle. You won't. Oh, no, he won't. Arta. Arta course. 22 and 11. Give this man. See, I would say something, but I'm changed. I'm reformed. So I won't say what I'm thinking, but let it be known Arta deserves something very nice for his performance tonight. Win or loss.
Attackers have located a bomb.
A banana split, I believe, is what he deserves. An eggplant parmesan. If you know, you know. Regardless, though, 60 seconds is now hitting the mark for this 15th round. It's a 4v4 situation. Arksendale and Coors, the first 2 players to drop the floor. Varix, though, now the next player in the dock to possibly get cleaned up, but doesn't die just yet. Legion, though, on the hands of Gurv, does eat up a lot of damage. Ace is finally down. Mod getting a kill, and Mod has just seen a resurgence here in the latter half. Ku, though, does clean up Gurv. A 3v3 situation, minute 40 left into the round. This is looking good for most of the Disciples. Health count-wise, they've got the numbers. In terms of positioning, they've got the positioning. This is prime real estate for the boys of Moses and the Disciples. They can see the promised land off in the distance. But Park still alive, 36 HP and a dream is all he really needs to seal the deal for Moses and Disciples and put him back into the hands of the Egyptians. But only time will tell. Less than 90 seconds to go. The positioning is definitely there. The smoke canister just sing off. And look at this, Bianca. No more smoke canisters for the rest of the round. Early utilization coming out from Mod, who mechanically has been looking good, but utility-wise and utility usage, that might have not been good for the later round, especially as we enter in the witching hour, where wins become losses, the losses become wins.
One wrong move and one up could lose this, but on the flip side, it's a coin. And Disciples are in the same position. One wrong step, and you could find yourself in a trap. For the longest time, that the boys and the Disciples, or the boys on 1UP, didn't have the diffuser, but they will. And now a C4 will come out as they hear him try to open up that wall, but it's not going to be effective at all. Little couple feet being seen through there, and one kill to take down the third. Might make it 2. 1UP put on the back foot. Snooze does have the diffuser in hand, but he does have 20 seconds. Swung out by Arta. Oh my God, 5-1 deficit.
And
to
just like the
win
Falcons throw
8-7.
And just like the Falcons throwing a 27-7 lead back in 2016, the New England Moses and the Disciples coming back from a 6-1, Bianca, a 6-1 deficit after their first half
No, it was
defensively. They
5-1. It was
they
5-1.
just 5-1, 6-1. It don't matter. It's Cavaliers in 7. And that's what Moses and Disciples just did. They brought back a match that me personally, I ripped them to shreds early on. I ripped it like they
Oh,
deserved
both of us
to. They
did. Don't
deserve nothing.
worry.
They deserve 0 points, 0.5, honestly. But they came back. That is the resiliency of Moses and Disciples. That when you can beat them down, they can be down for the count. They will come back up from that mat, from that canvas, and a phenomenal way to bring it back. Wow.
That is, it's, I feel like phenomenal. Oh no, I just lagged. Anyways, I think
Looks like
phenomenal
one up
is an
esports.
understatement. Guys, am I muted?
No, 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 no. No, it was the lag in
Stop.
the
I thought
one
I
up
was
esports
muted. It
comment.
literally happened.
No,
But
I mean,
yeah, no, phenomenal is it's like an understatement. I mean, One Up Esports was looking so beautiful. They had the chemistry, they had the movement, they had the spacing, they had the timing, they had the everything.
mm-hmm.
And they gave us nothing in the end except heartbreak,
Painful,
unfortunately.
painful
And
heartbreak.
maybe Moses and the disciples just wanted it more at that point. Once they were down, they decided only one way, and it's up.
Yeah,
And they
it's
showed us
almost
that
like
because
it was
wow.
almost like rewatching the Jiren versus Goku fight. Jiren had him. Goku should have lost. Goku should have been eliminated. And then the Ultra Instinct came out from Moses and Disciples, and a phenom of Arta, Artix, whoever it was, what was it, 25-11 at the end of it?
23, I think. 23, I think. I don't think it
He
was
almost had a
25. I think it
quarter.
was like
He almost had a
23.
quarter. He almost had
23 or 24.
a quarter of 100. Arta, in my opinion, standout, best player to map, best player to match, MVP. Vote him in for the All Star. Honestly, at this point, if I can just pick one player to just automatically send him into the All Star game, it would be him. He dragged Moses and Disciples when that body was effectively dead, revived it, and led it to victory.
But another
Yeah.
thing about that, when Arta did end up getting picked off early, I will say his team was able to pick up his slack. It was a couple
Mm-hmm.
rounds that Arta had ended up dying out first. And usually if your top frag dies first, like the whole stack is like, yo, we're cooked. Like, call it quits right now. But I will say, despite Arta being dead, first picked a lot of rounds or just dying out really early, not being able to stay alive, getting put in bad situations, and just ended up dying,
Mm-hmm.
his team really did end up helping out when they needed it most and ended up
Yeah.
winning those rounds without having Arta alive, which says a lot. We can talk about the chemistry that, One Up had, but I will say that the way that they were able to play off of each other and win out rounds despite having their literal top frag dead is, I think, it's something to note as well. And Arta's amazing, but I will say his team definitely pulled through when they needed most.
Yeah, I definitely do agree. On I think towards the end of it, Mod really popped off. Gurf was putting in that effort.
Yes.
Like they really started showing up for Arda, even at times where he was the first pick off. He was off the board early on within the first minute for most of those closing rounds. Phenomenal work coming out from Moses and Disciples. One Up Esports. I mean, they got a point. They're still at the top of their group. I don't realistically see them falling down from that position, especially with only 2 games left to go. But it seems like we're going to be taking a little break. Don't go just yet. Moses Disciples will be coming back here shortly with a different group of 5 players and the same 2 casters. We'll see you in a bit.
Hopefully a different map though. I
Hopefully.
don't want to see any more Chalet or Club or Oregon. We'll catch you guys. I can hear you.
And in today's episode of Old
Can
Man
you hear me?
Deserves to Go to Retirement Home,
Get Kylo
we
out of
finally
here.
got the audio. No, we love Kylo.
Somebody take his place. I'm kidding. Yeah, I love Kylo too. I swear.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is game two. It is Moses and Disciples up against Biakos, where we just watched Moses and Disciples go head to head against One Up Esports, an 8-7 thriller over in Chalet. And I've got to say, I definitely enjoyed that. Bianca, how about yourself?
Hey, I'ma just say, if y'all were not there for the last game, you guys actually missed a really good one. From a
Mm-hmm.
5-1 lead that One Up had, they ended up losing 7-8, a heartbreaking defeat like none other. Coming off of that barn burner, I hope that we see another one because you know me, I'm the queen of long games. I was gonna say something funny, but I'm not going to. I'm the queen of games that go on forever. And so I'm happy that we got that, and I'm hoping we can get one again. And I'm glad to be back with you, of course, as well.
Oh, yeah.
The best caster with me, Mr. Alien, my bestie.
Oh, you know what? I'll take it. I am the best. I want to be the very best that no one ever was. To catch them is my real chance.
Oh
But
my God, yo, I'm done. Not Kylo, Alien. You are literally a nerd.
I'm a nerd and old. It's like they go hand in hand.
I'm the young in here. I'm the young in here.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta teach you to rope somehow, you know. But anyways,
All
the
right.
teams. As we already know, Moses and Disciples, we already saw the 5-man roster they played. Well, you know, we literally just saw them about 15 minutes ago. But for the boys of Baya, because we got Father, Mokia, Nomad, Toxin, and Yuta. And if you are seeing Moses and Disciples for the first time, it is Arksendale, Moses, Gurv, Mod, and Slate. And Arda. Sorry, my apologies. I
Wait,
should have known
Slate
that
is
since he
Arta?
was.
Oh.
I should have known that it was Arda instead of Slate because Arda literally went berserk, 25 kills after 15 rounds. And I think in terms of all the matches that have been streamed here in AEL Network, is I believe it is the highest kill count we have been able to see in live broadcast. But like you mentioned, if you did miss out on this matchup, well, don't be sad. Don't cry yourself to sleep just yet. We will be posting both of these matches up on our YouTube. So if you haven't just yet, make sure you follow that. But regardless, both of these teams, Moses and Disciples, last matchup, we just saw it. It's an 8-7 victory. But for this matchup, we're gonna be going to the map bands. Last map was Chalet, Skyscraper off the board. Once again, Chalet. We won't be seeing that repeat anymore. Clubhouse as well as Cafe off the board.
Please, Oregon on
Night
the board.
Haven off the board as well. And drum roll, please. Is it Oregon? No, it's Bank Oregon.
No,
Still a
it's
possibility.
2
Are
more
we going to be
bands, come
going to
on.
Oregon Consulate off the
No.
board? The penultimate map to
Wait,
be
it could be a
banned
border ban. I think we
is
saw a border ban last
a
game too.
possibility of either border or Oregon to be off the board. I know Bianca's got the favoritism for it to go to border.
I hope
And
it's border.
as the old man tries to,
I'm praying to Moses and his disciples that it's
and
border.
drum roll, please.
No!
Border.
Oh my God, I knew it. They banned border last game too.
Oregon. The map that unfortunately for a lot of us here in the competitive scene, as well as somebody who's been playing this game for for almost a decade, Oregon is going to be making its final appearances, one of its final appearances before Lair replaces it. But Bianca, only a few more matches to go before you never have to cast another Oregon match for at least a year before they inevitably rework it
Yeah,
and put it
but
back into play.
then we're just gonna have a clubhouse. Clubhouse is gonna be the new Oregon. It's like orange is the new black. Clubhouse is the new Oregon.
Yeah, that's
So,
not,
yeah,
not entirely wrong.
unfortunate.
But
But
anyways,
anyway,
Oregon is the map that we're going to be going to. Bianco going up against Moses and the Disciples. They've got one vital win in their bag. Can they make it two back to back? Only time will tell, Bianca. But this is the map, the beautiful map we're going to be going to. One of the greatest maps to ever touch the game, and one of the maps that is going to be making its final appearance in the current competitive season before Layer makes their appearance. But operator bans.
And Lair is gonna be absolute hell to, cast when I don't know any callouts on that map at all. But Ying comes out for the ban on the attack. I would think Amonte is gonna come out next. Defensive-wise, I want to say I don't even think I wanna even say a Fenrir anymore, but maybe I wanna say maybe a Mira
Valkyrie.
and an Azami? A Val could be good too. Maybe instead of a Mira, a Val?
Yeah,
When
I
uh,
think I think
together.
I think those are the three operators that I would ban myself. Of course, I mean you could probably say Wabai as well. Um, Fenrir, another very standard band that you could utilize in Oregon with it being such close quarters. Azami though is off the board, one of
Azami?
my favorite operators in recent times, which does allow Aruni to stay in the board momentarily. Another operator that I think would be pretty good band to ban on the defensive side. Bianca though is going to be going for the Valkyrie.
Mm.
So, intelligence, a lot of utility is being opted out, as well as the Montaigne, the French Mountain. It's not going to be around for us for this matchup, but laundry and supply. We're going to the basement floor, Bianca, for the first round. Bianca starting us off. And for Moses and Disciples, I think they want to keep the momentum they had going in their attacking rounds back in Chalet into Oregon. They played very similarly to an extent. It's a little bit more um, extensive. There's a lot more teamwork that needs to be utilized, and I think that's one thing that we both kind of touched upon,
Attackers
that
need to
teamwork
locate
is
and
not
defuse the
wasn't
bomb.
really in the greatest showcase last match. As well, Arda going berserk, 25 kills. Can he replicate that, or can the rest of Muslim disciples show up to the server
Attackers
a
have
little bit
discovered the
sooner? Only
location
time
of a
will tell.
bomb.
Well, I would like to see Arta have a little bit of relief. That last game was amazing for him, but I'm sure he was probably stressed out. Another thing, he's just since he is subbing in, it's like a E-sub from hell, man. He
10
absolutely
seconds left.
brought the team their victory, and maybe this round they can too. Biako is an amazing
5
team. I've
seconds
seen the
left
Cavs
before
before,
insertion.
done absolutely incredible. So I hope that we'll have another
Attackers'
really
objective is
good
to defuse
game
a
this
bomb.
time around as well. We'll be going to the basement first for Oregon, and Biako will start on their defensive Solus.
The attacker's
It's an
bomb
operator we don't
diffuser
see
has been
too
dropped.
often anymore after her nerf, but I'm
Oh,
glad we will see her father though. It's gonna put down Gugs. He knows who daddy is now. It's a 5v4 in favor of Biako already.
yeah, the father making his appearance like father time. It is inevitable. 30 seconds into the round of 4v5 in favor of Biako, the creeping up once again from the white staircase is Solus making his appearance. Drone is being made over by the master bedroom side. If there is no drones to kind of watch that six, it could be inevitable. Arda, though, getting the kill for the refract. The drone does come back, but wait a minute. Did he catch the player coming up white staircase? Yes, the Z-ping is coming out to soft ping, creeping in. Can he get the swing? Yes, he can. Mod getting the first kill for himself for this matchup. A 3v4 in favor of the Disciples. Very good pace that they're utilizing. 60 seconds off the board. Not looking good for the boys of Bianca.
Oh my god, Gugs is too funny. I love reading his chats, but still gonna be a 3v4. They're gonna be holding down elbow, but I wonder if they're gonna end up just giving it up after a little bit, maybe reinforcing it. Who knows? I love seeing teams that kind of adapt
Attackers
depending
have
on how
dropped
the
the bomb
game goes. With
diffuser.
that though, the Maverick is going to be opening up that E-box hatch. Nobody's going to be holding out. Along with that, there isn't going to be a mirror despite her being on the board, being able to be played. Hatch opened up beautifully so, and the Dogobi will be coming down main stairs. Retro will take down Arta, and I believe that they played each other before as well, so it's going to be a little bit of a get back for that. Turn it to a 3v3 with just over a minute remaining, and seems like the boys on the Moses and the Disciples are going to be taking a little bit different routes
Attackers have
for how they
recovered their
want to
diffuser.
push this through. We do have the E-box hatch open. It seems like one might be coming in through back stairs on top of the E-box hatch, as well as coming in through main stairs. So it doesn't seem like anybody is going to be going in from the same direction all at once. Seems like they're going to be taking all different approaches. But as I say that, Arendelle, moving away from main, they might just do the back take after all.
Yeah, 45 seconds left to go for the round, and those disciples have seemed to hit a bit of a wall. The change of pace, the change of an entry point is definitely there. Nura, though, does get disconnected in an unfortunate situation. This could be the opening that the disciples need. The C4 goes out, does not land. Swinging over by Blue, Arksendale does get the kill. It's all down to Father Ram. Father Time, can he make his appearance? Gets one kill. That's a double for the round. The Vector is very strong gun, but the swing coming out from mine. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. The R4C sings light and well. A good first round coming out from Moses, but an unfortunate situation for Yako as they had a player disconnect in those final moments.
Yeah, that's gonna be unfortunate. But maybe Bianca will be able to come back from it. It's only one round, so it's not too bad. And to be fair, it was a little bit, I guess this was like a little bit of a cheese. Unfortunately, he did end up losing, or he did end up kind of losing out connection and disconnecting in a very crucial 3v3. So I'm sure that he's probably like, I would be too. I honestly would be too. But it seems like they might just rehost it entirely because maybe he's not able to join back. Who knows? But only one round, and it wasn't a fair round. Biako didn't get to show off their full skills. So hopefully, at least the next round comes around, they will be able to show off that, yes, they could do it. And it seems like if they do end up playing this again, if they don't have to rehost it immediately, then we will be going back downstairs unless they decide to change their mind. So they decide, yes, we didn't we didn't lose basement because we lost basement. We lost it because we lost a player. If that makes
Yeah.
sense. So they're gonna be
No,
giving
I
it another
think
try. Hopefully.
I definitely do agree, and I think Bianca were holding it pretty well. They were going for one on one. There was even count, 60 seconds left into the round when that disconnect finally happened, and it really, I wouldn't say it would have not changed the round. I think he would have had an influence. He would have been able to deny that player coming down from tower staircase. Could have even helped prevent the death coming out from the hatch. The swing, coming from barrels was inevitable. I mean, it was a one-on-one engagement. The walls were reinforced. I believe even towards the elbow side, it was already reinforced off, if I remember correctly. I don't think it was, but inevitably, I still think that Muslim disciples, because of the fact they've had already got a game warmed up, they're already, their muscle memory is already there. They're able to react a little bit better. Of course, the energy is going to start depleting as each round passes. But at the end of the day, I still think it was a good round for Muslim disciples. And I think for Bianco, they just got to run it back. And I think that it'll come down to a one on one once the lobby goes back live. But I mean, I'm not a fortune teller. I can't see in the future. I don't got those abilities.
I think Bianco's a good team. So, I mean, I've seen them play before as well. I don't think that they're going to get totally sleeved. Moses and his disciples are coming off of a heater. But I think
Hmm.
you're right. I think that round definitely, I mean, it's anybody's game, really. It is a 3v3. But at that point, when you kind of lose your player without any impact on the other team, it obviously is going to put you at a disadvantage. And then at that point, your enemy's just going to take advantage of it.
Hmm.
Smart opponents will take advantage of it. So it is going to be a full rehost as well. So I think we might just go for, I don't know, I guess a little cheeky break for maybe like a minute or 2 minutes, 2, 3 minutes while we get everybody back in the lobby. So,
Yeah.
Kylo, I'm already on it, boy. We're on the break. Let me know when you about to send us off. I'll say bye to the chat for now. I let them know. Bye, guys. We'll see you in a bit.
X once again.
Be an axe back again. Be
Guess
an
who's back?
axe.
Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
Tell all
Guess
your
who's
friends,
back?
guys. I want everybody to watch us. And my
And like
cat's
us.
here too. Jeesh
Yeah.
Bean.
Yeah. My cat's behind me, taking a bath.
Attackers need to locate and
Jeesh is
defuse
about to
bombs.
black bag. He's searching around.
Anyways, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is round number 2, map 2. Moses and Disciples up against Byaku. Moses and Disciples winning the first round. Funny enough, in the basement site, a 3v3 ended very shortly after Neuro disconnecting. His hamster unfortunately died in his PC, but don't worry, I believe he's got another hamster in there rolling the fumes. After the
10 seconds
rehost
to insertion.
attempt, it seemed like the man from across the pond decided to
5
sell.
seconds to go.
But you know who else sold? The Dallas Cowboys every playoff season.
Attackers are moving out to locate a
Anyways,
bomb
round
and
number 2
defuse it.
has begun. Hopefully, we don't got any disconnects, rehosts, or sells. And Bianca, we talked about it a little bit first round. It was very close, very, back and forth, like a seesaw. And it came down to a 3v3 with 55 seconds left before Neuro decided to disconnect from the server.
Yes. Oh, that's an interesting little cluster charge, but it's okay. We're gonna be back in action for the time being. Hopefully, and no more disconnects. And I think he hears him close on his left. He will shoot a couple shots, but nothing will bear any fruit. He will not go down or get hit at all. The Blitz,
Oh.
though, better be careful. The headshot coming in from the
Attackers have
Legion.
recovered
It's
their
a
diffuser.
5v4 already in the favor of the boys on Biatko. Seems like the backstairs might also be a little bit contested. They better be careful. They don't want to get caught in a bad situation. With that,
Yeah,
Mod
and as
D
I said,
taking down Retro.
yeah, when the free record does come out from Makia onto Arter, who has been a little quiet over the course of the last 2 rounds. But regardless, a minute 45 seconds to go. The 4v3 situation. The Finka boost does come out to try and bring Mod back up to speed in terms of health count. Mod, though, playing very close onto the staircase. Does see that the drone is coming out. The swing comes out from the wall. Mod does not land a shot. Back and forth, peeking from both of these players over by the tower staircase. 90 seconds to go, and it seems like for the moment, Disciples are just readjusting and calculating how exactly they want to push this defensive setup from Biako as Legion, though. Look at this. Automatic circuit does have to reload the shotgun. Can he make an appearance from the top ropes? Only time will tell.
Yeah, we'll see how far or how impactful he's going to be on the attackers. He could definitely be a big thorn in the side, especially if they don't realize that he is going to be up above. But regardless, all that is nonsense for now. It seems like he's moved away slightly from that position, but Finka making her way in through blue. Needs to be careful. Mine might just swing out, and so he does, but a little bit of aggro coming in from these back stairs. Nothing really too crazy yet, but the Finka makes her way up through blue. Legion is going to get DBN out on the flank, and the Disciples, with the disadvantage at first, will be able to bring themselves back to life. It is going to be a 3v1 technically, but a 2v1. It turns into a 1v1. And the Disciples nearly saw that father. Oh my gosh, let it be known. Somebody's little bit of a baiter, whatever it was, who cares? Disciples win out the second round. That was too close for comfort, but Byakyo seem like they're going to be taking it a little bit differently now that they've lost twice in the basement.
Yeah, I definitely do agree. Biako now opting to go towards the kids' dorm and just dorm site in general. Back-to-back losses coming down to the wire both rounds. I think this second round a little more decisive coming out from the
Attackers
Moses
need to
and the
locate
Disciples
and
Legion,
defuse bombs.
attempting to make that late round flank instantly neutralized by the Ram. A 3v1 being placed not in favor of Biako. Does get the down, but the bait of the century from the player in the tower staircase ultimately refragging the 2 players that went down during the attempt of the revive. Although many questions for Finka. I don't know if she already utilized both of her stems, but I believe with her stem
Attackers
she's
have
able to
located a
pick
bomb.
herself up. But regardless, Biako very close to the second round again.
Cooldown.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
10
yeah.
seconds
I guess
left.
the cool. Oh, no, because the cooldown,
Cooldown, I think, was extended as well, so maybe it
5
was a
seconds
cooldown.
left before insertion.
it's definitely a possibility. But I mean, regardless, the disciples did a really good job. One, just baiting, waiting for the moment for the last player of Biako to swing, and once he did, even though the two players did end up getting killed off, it was an easy pick from there on there afterwards. But change of pace regardless. Third round in the beginning or in the commencement, the line call does come out from the lad of Govs, who has been a little bit quiet as well. Regardless, though, 30 seconds into the round, no action just yet. And as I say, that castle eating up a lot of damage, but Neuro finally cleaning up Gur. And there goes the line down for the count. And within the first 40 seconds, a very big
Attackers
pick
dropped the
given the
diffuser.
utility.
We'll see how far that will
Attackers
take
have
them.
recovered their
A
diffuser.
little bit of a cheeky run
Oh.
out coming in. Damn! Not that it really do anything anyways, though. The Aruni isn't going to find any picks. Instead, she's going to find herself getting picked. And it will be now back in Disciples Court. They do have the man advantage after having that early pick coming out, and it wouldn't have been in their favor. So, Yakyo, what are we doing? What was that run out? Was it truly needed? Was it necessary? You guys had the man advantage. Did you need to get over aggressive? No. We'll see how far this round will go out, and if Bianca will be able to get back onto their feet as we reach a minute 30 remaining in the round.
Yeah, still definitely a possibility for Bianco to bring it back. They still have control of the side in general, but the hands of Muslim disciples are closing in. The hounds are sniffing around, finding their prey. Warden, though, trying to see if he can utilize his gadget to see through any smokes or possible flashbangs. But as they close in, Muslim disciples are just pushing them farther and farther into a deeper corner into their own sight. But the entry points are still well covered. 60 seconds left. Swing comes out. Arda cleaning up Monka. There goes the double kill. Arx and Dale getting one and Gur cleaning it up. And farther once again left in a 1v3 situation. But it doesn't even matter. The Red Sea has split open. The floodgates are coming through. And Moses leading his disciples to another victory.
Damn, these rounds are. That round was quite definitely decisive. I'm sure of it. And with that, Bianco says, all right, we're done. We're done going upstairs. Not even bringing the tertiary site a chance just yet because their last two basement losses weren't nearly as bad as that top
Attackers
round.
need to locate
That
and
top
defuse
hold
bombs.
onto kids in dorms was absolutely no. That was shambolic. So we will see if basement will bear any more fruit. If it doesn't, I'm sure they're going to go that tertiary site.
I definitely do hope that we do see the tertiary side. I think the meeting hall sites, regardless of which one you go to, or I guess the kitchen site, because the meeting hall is one and then dining is the other. Regardless of which of the two kitchen sites you go to, I personally always enjoyed playing it. I always preferred going to
Bomb
that site
located by
and
attackers.
going to the basement site. And I think it's just the way that I was always positioned in
10
the teams
seconds
that I
remaining.
played. I just always preferred where I was in those two sites
5
than I
seconds
did down
remaining.
here. Down here in the basement side, I usually sat insight for
Attackers'
down to like the
objective is to
45
defuse
seconds.
the
That's when I
bomb.
finally saw some action. But regardless, I'm only a caster now. I don't play. And for all we know, the game, those two sites are about as unplayable as CCTV. It doesn't really matter. 3-0 round count lead that the disciples have. They're in the position that they were found themselves against last matchup. But Blitz rushing straight through doesn't land at all as Father does clean up Mod, and a possible rebarricade is going to be coming out or a reclaim into Elbow. But a good reaction coming out from Biako as
Attackers have
Disciples
dropped the
attempts
bomb
to do a
diffuser.
bit of a rush for Blitz.
We'll see. We're going to see Mr. Arza creeping down these
Oh,
freezer stairs. Going to take down one. Seems like kills are coming out from both sides. A 3v3 is what we're stuck at. And we're about 2 minutes remaining in the round, but already 4 kills have come out on the board. Father to get the 2-piece. It's going to be on to Arta, the big man of the match last game. Elbow still is going to be opened up. I wonder if they're going to close it out, but probably not considering there's going to be pressure from the freezer. With that, though, Retro to take down Aaron Dale and Neuro onto Gugs. Finally, Biakio find themselves a lot better of a round and a win to top it off.
yeah. I mean, a very interesting round coming out from Moses and the Disciples. They attempted to do a bit of a rush. They got instantly neutralized as soon as Father killed off the blitz, and it was just a matter of scrambling. Arda did a really good job trying to go down to the freezer search, trying to open up the possibility of a, and I apologize for the words I'm about to utilize, a rear entry into Biaco's defensive setup. But I mean, at the end of the day, Biaco responded. They
Attackers
responded
need to
well.
locate
They
and
got the
defuse
round
the
dub,
diffuser bombs
and
if they
now
can.
going back upstairs to the dormitory sites. I want to see a little bit more of that from Biaco, but from the disciples, I think don't get a little bit too overzealous. Don't get a little overconfident. Confidence does kill, or curiosity kills a cat, but in Siege, confidence, well, it kills your entire dreams of winning the big prize.
Well, is the prize that big or is it just their egos? Is the prize worth more than their egos? This is why that all
10 seconds
happens.
left.
I
I
mean,
like
there's definitely
seeing
a
it all,
possibility.
but
5
well,
seconds left.
I've been watching a lot of Blue Log recently, and all I could think about is the egoist.
Attackers
You
are
know who
moving
was
out
the
to locate a
egoist?
bomb and defuse it.
Actually, I don't know who really was the egoist. Last game, maybe we could give it to Artem. Maybe he was the true egoist, but this game, we'll see if that's gonna be anybody else's crown. It seems like Father likes to get in there like somewhere, but we'll find
Well,
out soon. The
sometimes
Blitz is
discipline.
gonna get picked yet again. Oh, I'm so sorry, Alien. I was gonna say the Blitz gets picked again. They might just go in for a rush, but take it away, my king.
No, I was just gonna say. I mean, sometimes the father needs to discipline his kids, and I think fathers are doing that just well. Lucy Charge does give off the fact that Blitz is trying to make his way up through Armory Staircase. 40 seconds into the round, very limited contact, but Blitz in the first shots sent towards his direction. Nothing really sticks and lands just yet. Ace trying to attempt to get the master bedroom wall open while the Maverick working over towards the attic side. I like this split take. It's forcing Biaco to look at many and various directions. The possibilities are endless for Disciples, but Blitz still eating up a good bit of damage, but the angle is definitely there. Ace eating a lot more damage than the Blitz. Not looking good for the boys of Disciples, as it seems like a one-man show. Father really ensuring that they have no easy access up to this point.
Well, as we're speaking, Mahdi is trying to cheekily make his way through the attic. However, Nero's gonna get taken down. He's gonna be the first one to drop in this entire round. And a minute 30 remains.
Ooh.
As we see Attic, a little bit of contention, but will they be able to hold this off fast enough? I just got flashed in the face. The Blitz has made his way through. Gonna get taken down from the back. He literally saw him white stairs. What are you doing? A 3v2 now in the favor of Biacchio.
Oh.
Okay, so there's like 2 bullets left in your gun, and you just let that happen. Curve, though, left in a 1v3. Father yet again, showing him who's the boss. Let him know, and so there we go. Finally, Biacchio had a little bit of a dry run, a little bit of a stalemate, but they brought themselves back to 2-3.
Yeah, very unfortunate TK coming out from the Disciples towards the end of that round, but truth be told, Biaco really closed them off. I mean, whoever was playing Attic, kudos to you. Like, truth be told, he had one of the strongest positions that entire round. For a while, he was
Attackers
completely
need to locate
stopping
and defuse as many bombs as
both
they can.
entry points of the Disciples. They had no answers to him. The Maverick was eating up so much damage that it got to a point where he just couldn't safely even peek or contest. And once he finally did, got neutralized. Phenomenal work coming out from the player in Attic for the boys of Biaco. As, well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to the third site. We're going to meeting and dining, or meeting and kitchen. Doesn't really matter. They're going to the main floor site, and it's one of those sites that I always enjoyed watching. I've always enjoyed playing it, and even enjoyed casting it.
10 seconds to insertion.
Oh my god,
5 seconds to go.
I was taking a sip of water, and it went down the
Objective is
road.
to locate a bomb and defuse
Oh.
it.
Oh my god, that was mine. That was a really random cough. Oh my god. Oh my god, I just came back from near death. And with that, Biacchio might just come back from a 3-0 deficit. Let's make it 3-3 on split, guys. Let's make it entertaining as possible. A Jackal on the board, along with a Deimos and a Grim. Oh my god. This is like the intel from hell. Like, this is crazy, but oh my god,
Bomb has been
Retro.
located.
taking down Jackal early off. That's not going to be good. That's a Jackal off the board. That is absolutely not the first person that you want to get taken down. But then again, every single one of those operators has a very unique role to play for the attackers. Unfortunately, seems like this tertiary pick is already off to a good start. Byakyo, 5v4.
Yeah, and the player playing top white staircase to smoke has been undroned, and there it goes. You join in correctly, you will suffer the consequences. Makla getting a kill, a 3v5 situation. The swing coming out from Nomad. Does he land a shot? Pulls up the shotgun, eats up a lot of damage, but does deal a lot of damage himself. Arda, though, does get the refrag of 3v4. Minute 40 left into the round. Player playing by the stage is the next line of defense up against Arda, who has been a little bit quiet, but still popping, still showcasing his skill set, but doesn't even matter. The English shotgun up in the hands of Father, neutralizing Arda, one of the strongest players of Disciples. It's a 1v4. It's all down to Mod, 14 HP in a dream. Can he do it? The answer is no, Alex. Another round in the books for Byakko, a 3-3 split coming out for the boys as we switch sides.
Oh my god, give Father an award for best shotgun player. This guy, I'm just telling you right now, I bet this guy is really good with shotguns on Fortnite. He's absolutely hitting it here. I know he's hitting it somewhere else as well. Father showing us he owns the shotgun. Beautifully done. And the 3-0 deficit, or the 0-3 deficit, I should say, that they had will be absolutely written off, gone clean from the books. A 3-3, the electric beginning the Disciples had is no longer with us anymore. It seems like it's died out along with their passion. Byakyo coming in hard and strong. Beautifully done. These last 3 rounds have been definitive and absolutely stellar. It's like a masterpiece. I'm watching a movie, and it's my favorite movie when it goes OT. So guys, let's make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you said. I think Byakko not Byakko. Well, I guess, yeah, Byakko, but more importantly, Father, has definitely showcased that he knows how to
5 seconds to insertion.
pump the load at times. But we're
Buddy!
entering in round number 7.
Moving out to locate
Byakko
bomb
now on the attack. Disciples opting to go towards the dorm site for their defensive hold, and the cheekiness, the slitheriness, and the aggressiveness coming out from the Disciples that they showcased in Chalet. Once again, making its appearance in Oregon, trying to see if they can get an early pick. Doesn't land anything. Pinks is coming out, so unfortunately for Arda, he's going to have to skedaddle, run away, waddle away if he must. But 30 seconds in, still no HP lost for either side.
And he waddled away. Waddle, waddle.
Waddle, waddle.
And he... That is
very
like the
next
first
round.
thing that came to my mind. Yes, to the very next round, but let Arendelle waddle outside, taking down Retro. Is there going to be another little run out? No.
Oh,
Damn! This is going to get taken down. He's 0-6. Gugs, I need a little more passion from you. A 3v4, though. Disciples still have the man advantage. Byakyo. They do have a lot of HP, but so do Disciples, and they do have the man advantage with them as well. Another run out seems like it might have just tried to happen, but won't be successful. And a minute 45.
oh. The Legion almost getting TK'd, but doesn't really matter. Mod with 16 HP in a dream, holding down the diffuser over by the master bedroom side. It is seeming like a very lost round for the boys of Byakko in this first round under their attack. Still possible though. Father 6-2, Moikia still very probable, and it's very strong player as well with the Grim in his hands. It's still not done just yet, but the Disciples position themselves for the very cold diffuser, or the very cold box that Byakko has decided to leave in the cusp of Moses. He coming up from armor staircase. Grim trying to see if he can get any sort of clearance, any sort of inch that Moses decides to lend them, decides to provide for them, but unfortunately does not happen just yet. The swings are definitely being held. Doyo, the first line of the defense for Moses and Disciples as they try to inch win, but the Legion creeping up from below. It's all down to one player. Doesn't even matter. Gerv with the double kill to end the round, and Disciples once again regain the lead.
Well, that was great. after those 3 rounds that they were attacking, it seems like their defense on Oregon is peak performance, well played, and they held upstairs first. And so we're gonna be going basement this next round.
Maybe they're gonna go wash some clothes, wash off the sweat that they have occurred over the course of the last, I believe, 23 rounds they've played in the last 2 hours. It's definitely possible. Bianca though is gonna try
Attackers
and
need to locate and defuse as many bombs
make
as
an
they
entry
can.
point for themselves, trying to see if they can tie it back up. But for the Disciples, I think as each round has progressed since last map or since last matchup up against One Up, they have just been improving. Oh,
Attackers have located a bomb.
Oh,
anyways,
are we watching?
I didn't know we
Are
were
we
in a
watching the
Jinxie
same
stream.
thing?
Yeah. It seems like we're in
10 seconds
Jinxie's
to go.
1v1 console wars. But hey, I mean, they did the same thing in dining
Insertion.
back in Chalet, and they beat One Up Esports
Attackers
when they
are moving
placed a
to
mirror
defuse a bomb.
in Fireplace.
No,
Look at
they
the kitchen.
didn't.
Oh,
No, they didn't. They lost that. That was the 2v1.
oh no, they did lose that. Thank
That
you for
was
the
the
correction.
2v1 that they literally sold, that they got flicked on 180 on. So, we'll see if this strategy is. Because I'm
I'm just
confused
letting you
if
know
they
right now,
come for main
Kylo. You
stairs.
better be
Who's
ready
gonna be
for me to
holding?
speak to the people.
I wonder if they're gonna be holding it through Freezer. Freezer's the only thing that I can think of. But with that, Byakuya already
Oh,
at an advantage. However, sorry, is gonna take down Father. Father of the shotgun's going buck. Funny. Retro to take down my D though, and it's a 4v2. Byakuya still beautiful advantage. Onto them. As we approach around 2 minutes, a swing might just come out, but you better be careful. Classroom, it seems like the Nomad was in there and falls to the hands of Guns' his first kill in 8 rounds. My lovely boy.
yeah. 3v4 or 3v2 in favor of Byakuya. Minute 50 left into the round. Sophia knowing that there's a player playing at the bottom of the stage. Arda though, very phenomenal player, and with the Vector, a very strong player at that. Gubs though, holding back, laying by the laundry ster or by the dryer. Ashton does know the position, doesn't have a drone close by nearby, so a possibility is definitely there. Neuro trying to hold off the flank. Any possibility of a flank is almost non-existent, as the fact that Zofia is holding the only possible entry points for the defenders as minute 20 left into the round. The peaks are coming out. Ash, the first entry point for these attackers. They've got to spearhead their way in. Sophia coming out from the freezer side doesn't see that the lead is just sitting in the corner. Flashbangs are ringing out. 60 seconds left. 2v2. Bianca, this is still definitely a possibility. Disciples holding off. The plant is going down from Bianca. The Goyo mine goes off to try and deter any sort of swing. Plant is down. Hibana does get swung, does get down. Ash is all by herself, trying to run away, trying to skedaddle. It's a 1v1 effectively. Hibana still down for the count. Has to focus on the player that's up. Hibana, though, is going to provide the comms. Does provide the fact that Gubs is on the diffuser. Diffuser is going on. Pros, don't fake. Click 1. Click 2 Ash, knowing that's perfect timing. But if the Goyo knows, or the Legion, doesn't even matter. Ash cleaning up the round, and Byakuya ties it up 4-4.
Well done. Oh my gosh. My throat, I nearly just choked on my own saliva. It's enough for me, but tying it out beautifully. So we're going to be going back downstairs. And that, sorry guys. No, I was serious. You know, like when you're swallowing and okay, guys, like don't think of it in a weird way. Whatever. Kylo's literally like, okay, you gotta stop. Bro, I'm just saying, like, I nearly choked. Like, I know, anyways, it happens to all of us. I'm sorry. But, anyways, let me speak a little bit more slowly. Let me articulate a little bit more. But, Byakuya, beautifully done, beautifully so. Disciples, I mean, I can kind of see the setup. I kind of think, you know what? I will give them this. I've always been saying I wish there was a different way that people would play maps like Oregon. They would play maps like Chalet. They would play maps like Club. Because everything is very linear and it's
10 seconds
very
left before
it's all the
insertion.
same. Everybody knows how to play it. Every single, setup, every single lineup, attacking, defending, everything.
Attackers must
I will
locate and
give
defuse a bomb.
kudos to Disciples for trying, and it almost working as well.
Exposed.
I will say I was excited. I was a little bit confused, but in the end, I thought, you know what, this is cool. Um, and I like the initiative that they take. I also like that Gugs
Oh,
is absolutely slaying the day, taking down Mokia. Buck is also hurt the tad bit. You better be careful unless he wants to get hit up. But Gugs, even lower at 3 HP.
yeah, phenomenal way for the Disciples to start off this round. But like you mentioned before, Legion, you can pretty much kiss him in the forehead and he will croak. Much like my mental health for the last year. But anyways, 2 minutes into the or left into the round, Yako's still in a position to bring it back. Does get a beautiful kill onto onto the Mozzie, looking up to the skies into the heavens, praying for a free kill. But unfortunately, he is the free kill that he prayed for. Still a possibility. Biako trying to clear out this roam game. Very extensive, very heavy roam game. I believe it's only one player inside the Clash out of all people. Legion up in Big Tower. Vigil holding up by Armory. Their entry points is still very limited for the boys of Biako. Still trying to figure out exactly how they want to do this. Vigil see if he can get a free kill, but doesn't really recognize the fact that somebody's to his left outside a main door. This could definitely be an issue, but his focus is on the backside, but doesn't really matter. Father, easiest kill of his life of 3v3, still in favor or still tied, but Biako getting another kill. Gurv does clean up Neuro, so Disciple still keeping it close, but it does not even matter. It's all down to the Clash. 1v3 situation. Can he get the flick? Does he get one? No, he does not. Has the pocket F2. The Nomad
Have located a bomb.
swings out and gets the kill. Biako, I believe for the first time, gets the lead in this matchup.
And wow, even the regular back of your hand linear setup does not work for the boys on Disciple. Seems like they're gonna be going back upstairs because they did win it previously, and their basement holds it's. I really want to see their previous setup. I want to see their new and stylish basement setup because I think that one was actually a lot
Defenders,
closer
protect
than
your
that
bombs
last
from
one.
being
So,
defused by attackers.
anyways, unfortunately, we won't see it this time around as they will be going back upstairs, Julie, because of the fact that they didn't end up winning here. So let's bring it back, boys. One more round, tying it up. We're almost there. 6-6 is what I'm praying for.
As a man who's got to be up at 5 o'clock, I wanted to end pretty in regulation. But as a man who loves Siege, I'm definitely with you. Overtime, back-to-back overtime matchups would definitely be music to my ears as a Beethoven himself were playing a piano next to me. But only time will tell. Biako
seconds
with the
left
lead.
before insertion.
10th round in the commencement here shortly. A win here for Biako pretty much guarantees him a minimum of 1 point if it were to go to overtime. But for most of the Disciples, they don't want to be in a position where they have to come back from back-to-back deficits in match point. Of course, still definitely possible. They've done it before. They can definitely do it again. Only time will tell with the first 20 seconds off the board in the docket into the history books. Still no action from either side.
A little bit stale. But then again, maybe the boys and Disciples are going to be playing it a little bit more passive. They don't want to lose this round out. They will be, however, reinforcing that addict. They no longer want to hold it. They want to just give it up and let whatever the... Hold on. They were reinforcing it. It doesn't seem like they're going to be doing that anymore. It actually seems like it's going to stay open. So as I was saying, they're going to give it up and just let the boys on Biako take it. Seems like that's not the case. Gugs, though, will take down Mokia yet again. I believe that was the first pick last round as well, or at least the pick that, And so, the boys on Biako are going to be in a back foot of 5, or a 4v5. That's also the Grim off the board. Very big, but spoke too soon. Retro to take down Gur for the refrag. Or no, not the refrag. Gugs was the refrag, but anyways.
Yeah.
There's the refrag, and there's the advantage for Biako.
Yeah, beautiful big pick swings coming out from the Ash as well as the field working together to ensure that the Nomad or that the Legion did not come up. Nomad getting another kill onto Arda. 2v4 situation. Disciples are crumbling here in the last half of the round. This could definitely put the boys of Byaku into a favorable position, but Mado fighting, keeping his team alive, trying to pull an Arda replication of a performance, but the Claymore that went unnoticed seals the deal. It's all down to Arcs and Dale looking from 3 different angles, 3 different entry points. Can he identify the possibilities? No, he cannot. Flashbang come out. It sings, it rings, and Neuro neutralizes, puts him to bed. And ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds, we're looking at ourselves a match point in favor of Byaku.
Oh my gosh. Disciples, take us there, please. To OT, we need it so badly. I mean, at least they won their last game, right? This game, they're definitely playing a lot better in the first half than last game, but I do still hope that we can see a little bit coming from them. We are going to be going back downstairs, and I'm telling you, I'm praying that they do their setup one more time. We're having the Mira, and I can't remember specifically if they had the Mira the second time around.
Attackers need to
But
locate and defuse
we know what we're
bombs.
looking for if they're going to be doing their setup. So hold on. No, they're doing the Mira on the opposite side. So no, they're going to be doing just the regular setup, which kind of makes me sad because I really was looking forward to the Disciples setup of basement on Oregon. And I'm not going to lie, that's like a little cheeky something that I kind of want to try myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think with the way that, with where the state of the game is right now, innovations are definitely needed in the ways that you set up. I think it's kind of a little stagnant, a little stale. Like as if you were to leave out
5
bread
seconds to insertion.
overnight, open and unwrapped. Becomes hard to digest,
Defuse a bomb.
almost. And it's not to say it is boring. It's not to say that it is unentertaining. It's just a matter of the fact that this game has been played out in so many different ways that innovations, that a refresher is needed. Much like drinking Prime energy drink, it's a refresher when you're working out. But first 20 seconds off the board, minimal damage being dealt onto the Fenrir, but Gurf getting onto the first kill. That is the Ash off the board, one of the best players of Byaku, finally getting hit with the GN from a player who has been on and off. Bit of a uphill battle for him in terms of consistency, but regardless, it is what it is. They get the first entry point or entry kill within the first minute.
I think Gugs doesn't get a lot of kills, but when he does get kills, they're usually impactful. So I gotta give him that. I'll give him credit where credit is due. Is the second Mira even up yet? Okay, so we're a minute into the round, and the second Mira hasn't been placed. Now it has, though, thankfully. And a 5v4, as we've seen, Byaku is going to be at the back foot. Consider that they are going to be down a man. Not only that, but it seems like they're going to be taking control of upstairs. At least I did see somebody all the way on the top floor. So, seems like the roam game isn't too heavy with the boys on Disciples. Wait, I retake that. Backstairs, still owned by Disciples. How well will they be able to hold this out? We'll see as we approach a minute 30 in the round.
Yeah, 2 players holding the rear staircase of tower, 1 below, 1 above. Now, of course, the player that's in the top floor side of tower, I believe for the most part, has gone undroned. So the possibility of a late flank coming out from the Disciple is still viable. Nomad does hit a Gumon trap, so her position is pretty much given up if it wasn't already, and eats up a lot of damage. IQ now there for support. 60 seconds left. Byaku going for a split take. Main and Freezer. 3 from Freezer, 1 in main. A very interesting way to attack this, but can definitely be possible. Ibana pellets and so much more flying out, but the Mira, or I guess the Legion, holding off, ensuring that that Mira is not lost. Swing comes out, but no, wins that matchup against Mod. 40 seconds left. 4v4 situation for Byaku. Still fighting, still trying to see if they can get an entry point into this setup. Disciples are holding on tight. They're holding down this wall that they've created for themselves. They have locked themselves in. They've told Byaku that you're not getting in. Legion. Now, the next one in the docket into the hands of Nomad. Can he land a shot? Father, only time will tell. Makia running down. 15 seconds left. Freezer still on push. The Angst is definitely their Neuro, gets the first kill. Father gets a double. This could definitely go to bits. Byaku going for the execution. Gumine getting hit by the IQ. And this is not looking good for the boy. This is a Disciple. Gets 1 kill. A double kill is definitely a possibility, but does not land. 45 seconds left now. Ibana down, but not out. Swing comes out. 2 players down, so 1v1 effectively. but he is definitely locked out. The swing comes out. The Goyo barely misses the shot onto, or I guess the Nomad barely misses the shot onto the Goyo. Goyo looking, searching for his
Defenders have
prey. The
located the
Nomad has
diffuser.
fallen off to the bottom of the main staircase. 20 seconds to go. The flashbang in the hands of the Nomad. Flies out. Does he land? No, it does not. Barely gets cleaned out. Goyo swinging, fighting for his life, but doesn't matter. Nomad cleaning it up with the Nomad out of all players, and Byaku wins it 7-4 here in Oregon.
Damn. And they're really taunting him in chat saying 21 for what? But he says 25. It was 25 kills. Artsa, poor boy, had to do it all. But unfortunately, sometimes lightning doesn't strike twice. You do good one time, and they expect you to do good every time. Arta still nearly clutching it up, tried his best. Well done to both teams, but congratulations to the boys on Byakuyo for winning out Oregon. Glad
Yeah.
that they did, but it's unfortunate to see that the Disciples got taken out before we could go OT, my favorite.
Yeah, and I think for Byaku to really get 3 points, a very towards the end of the season, you want to get as many points as you can. Muslim Disciples with the position that they're at right now in their standing, half a point really is not what you really want at this point. If you're going to be losing in the position that they're in, you want to at least lose in overtime so you at least get a full point. But regardless, like you said, a phenomenal showing from both of the teams. It just came down to the fact that I think Muslim Disciples were just burnt out. I think even Arda or Artix was saying in the chat himself, he's already played 9 maps alone tonight. Who knows from what? Could be from warm-ups, could be from other participations that the team is participating in, or maybe even the player himself. Who knows? The burnout definitely caught up to Muslim Disciples and Byaku. They closed it out and they did a phenomenal job doing so.
Yeah, that's unfortunate to see. I mean, I wish for one more thing I could have seen them do their little strategy in the basement, man. That honestly took me by surprise, but in the best way possible. So, like I said, congratulations to Byakuyo for winning that out. And as for Moses and the disciples, I think that there are a couple things that they need to work on. Again,
Mm,
Arta was also a sub. So he's not
yeah.
even on the main roster, I don't believe. And so with that, maybe the chemistry is a little bit off. Maybe Oregon would be a map that they could win if it was their main stack. But unfortunately, they didn't this time around. Not even OT, unfortunately. But that will be all for tonight. That will be all for me and all from Alien, my beautiful co-caster. Of course, I'm the main character. He's like, I'm Batman. He's Robin. I'm kidding.
Oh wow.
But
You could be
anyways,
Batman, but I'm
thank.
Superman, unfortunately.
Who is who is Alfred?
Well,
Uh,
I don't know,
anyways,
because technically speaking, if we were to look at it from the current casting, from everybody that's working the production tonight, shout out to Unnamed and shout out to Kylo. I think Kylo will probably be more of the Alfred. Unnamed will probably no, Unnamed will be Alfred. Kylo will probably be um, Detective Gordon, Commissioner Gordon. You can be Batman, and I'll be Superman. But anyways,
maybe I'll be no. Let me be. Can I be Spider Gwen? Can I be
a
Spider Gwen
different
instead?
universe, different universe,
Oh
different
yeah, that's
comic,
Marvel.
different brand in general. But
Oh my god. I'll be Catwoman because
that
I like
works.
to meow.
That that works.
All right,
But anyways,
we're done.
that
We're
that
done
does
with
it
our
for us for tonight.
shenanigans.
That does it. Yeah, that is that's us for tonight. Beautiful recap of week 7 is may or may not be coming out, but regardless, most of the disciples come out of here 1-1. I think it's something that I predicted. They come out of here with 2.5 points, which is more than what they had before. And that really does it for us here, at least for tonight. We still have one more week to go. Next Monday and Thursday are the last 2 play days for the regular season. We're going to be closing it out and going to the top 16 teams and then playoffs. So don't go anywhere or I guess take a break. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. And like what Bianca said, um, I'm her Robin to her Batman. So you guys have a good night. Much love, and
Wait. Don't forget, YouTube just dropped Meet the Caster from Alios. You can find an AEL network on YouTube. And you can watch all the other videos that we have made as well. Quick little promo. They didn't even have to tell me. I'm just good like that. And so, closing out, we got Mr. Alien and Big B. You will be seeing me hopefully next week. I didn't mean to rhyme, but I'll see y'all. My beautiful fans. I'm kidding. You guys are my fans. You guys are my friends. For another cast. Have a great night, guys, and an amazing weekend. Bye bye.